Good everyone! Good. It is G-Mooning somewhere in the world. Happy morning, everyone! It is nice to see everyone on this lovely 2 p.m. And thank you for the supers. I appreciate it. Thank you. Very much appreciate them. I have no idea how to look at them currently. I mean, I can look at it. I can go find them. I will casually thank everyone as we are going. Oh, thank you so much for the Akashupa Taggart. I appreciate it. I hope that's how you pronounce your name. I don't know. I'll do my best. We'll casually go through the supas that we got on the monetization stream to say thank you to everyone. I very much appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you for the support already. Thank you. How are there so many? There's a lot of Gigis. You guys keep feeding them too late, so they keep multiplying. And then soon, we're gonna have so many Gigis on this screen. Let me pull out this information so I can be like, wow, thank you. Do I click on these? I see them. Roses are red, Gigi is orange. Thank you. Thank you for the orange. Well, today we are going to be doodling and talking, answering your questions. It might be a little too late. I don't know. We're gonna go through the questions. I'll answer what I want to answer. But you can try getting a last second question in. Hashtag GGQuest on X, formerly known as Twitter.com. As it is. Open this. G-Mooning! Thank you, everyone! Thank you for that super! I'm not trying to get emotional right now. We just started stream. So the emotions can be saved before we end the stream, right? There's no time to get savvy and emotional. That can be right before I end the stream. But thank you. I really do greatly appreciate it. Thank you. Okay. I have a bunch of questions that I didn't really look at, but there are a few that I was like, oh yeah, I'll answer them. And I wanted to be like, oh, guys, so I was really bored the other day. I was yapping with a friend, and I was really bored while... it was like... My mind wasn't being occupied with other things. We're just talking, and I wasn't, like, multitasking at the same time. And then sometimes when you're yapping, you start to draw. But I didn't really have anything to draw, but I still had my crab drawing open. So, while we were yapping, I was rendering the crab drawing a little bit. I didn't completely render it, but I wanted to show you a little bit of the rendered crab drawing. So, are you ready? Here it is. You like it? Do you like my rendered crab drawing? Is she not so beautiful? Yeah, she's gorgeous! Unfortunately, we are not finishing crab game this week, but next week I'd like to finish the game because I don't want to keep adding games to my backlog. I want to finish things other than things that I don't think can be finished. Like, I know we started Hades, but that game isn't even out yet. So we're not finishing that game because it's not a finished game. And then it's like I want to finish things that I can finish. And the crab game is something I can finish. So we're gonna finish the crab game next week. And what better way to tease you than this beautiful, beautiful busty crab? Wow, she's gorgeous. Why are you so beautiful? Even looking at her right now, I'm reminded of her beauty. She's so beautiful. is she so beautiful for? What about MMOs? MMOs can never be finished. There are things you grind and then you're upset. You're upset with yourself while you're grinding. While I keep this quab on the screen, I wanna say thank you again to Fauna Senpai for hosting Fauna's dungeon yesterday and inviting Justice to her dungeon. It was lots and lots of fun, and I appreciated her going along with our silly antics. And oh, Fauna Senpai is so cute and amazing. Thank you, Fauna Senpai, for the dungeon. If you didn't watch it, the VOD is up there. You can see how we made it to the end, and you can see all the hard work Fauna Senpai put into the stream. And I appreciate it. It is a lot of work to set up things like that, and I really admire, you know, the effort that went into having a collab with us. So thank you. Thank you, Fauna Senpai. It was awesome. And then for the rest of the week, talking about the rest of the week, tomorrow we have a collab with CC. We're playing Portal 2. And then we have a full Justice collab the next day. We're gonna play Chain together. I know that there aren't many streams that I'll be streaming personally this week, but it's because I talked about it very, very vaguely. I mean, not vaguely. I just straight up talked about it, but not in depth on Twitter and community posts. That I haven't really been put in a situation where I'll have to be active and waking up really early, and then I don't want to double plan a stream, have 2 streams on one day, and then not feel up to it. Because, I want to be here, and I want to give you guys my all, and then be very, yippee, you know? But if I am feeling antsy and I want to stream, I will probably do a gorilla, maybe not, but on the day of, I'll let you guys know. And it'll probably be very, very low brain activity stuff. And then after this experience, I'll be able to, fully judge where and when I can really place a stream and stuff. Yeah, I don't know. I kind of have the mindset. I know it's not really a good mindset to have, or I don't know. I don't know how to explain it. You guys might not know this because I'm very head empty in general, but I am pretty introspective. I think a lot about, my actions and how I come across, right? And when I plan streams, I'm like, oh, I want to do something where everyone has fun, and I need to plan something so I am at my 100%, and then we're gonna have so much fun, and blah, 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 blah. But in my introspection, I am thinking like, ooh, actually, as a streamer, like, thinking from a fan point of view, fans really, really love just watching you do filler stuff. And that's why I was a little apprehensive going live, just randomly doing something very head empty, very, not 100% Gigi is crazy moment, But if I think of it from a fan point of view, fans really do like filler stuff. And you need the filler to grow. That's why animes have filler episodes. So, even though I understand that, it's like my mindset is a little difficult to overcome. And I know I'm talking about the little crab on the screen. I forget. I'm not looking at it. I know you guys are looking at it. But when I look over my OBS, I'm like, oh, the cab is still there. But yeah. It'll take me a little bit to get over it and be like, okay, all the fans truly want is to spend time with Gigi. And it's okay if I have a filler stream. And it's okay if we just are chill and low energy. As long, it's a very long path. And we're on this journey together. And I appreciate you guys being here. It's been 2 weeks. And it's gonna be even longer. So, I tell this to myself all the time, even though sometimes my brain doesn't believe it, is that I'm gonna be here for a long time. And I can take it slow in the beginning, and it's okay. It's okay for me to learn. It's okay for me to get used to everything. And that's the positive outlook that I want to have. And I remind myself every day. So I don't want to worry you guys, but I just want to I don't know. I want to be a little transparent about my thought process and stuff because, you know, I wouldn't be here without your guys' support. And I want you guys in the know of how I decide certain things and not keep you completely out of the loop of why I make certain decisions like this. And it's so, you know, I don't overwork myself and then put out even lower quality things for you guys, right? Because I don't want to go live if I'm not feeling it, and then you guys feel that too. Like, you feel the energy that, oh, she doesn't want to be there. No, because I want to be there. I want to entertain, and I want to make you guys happy, and I want to put a smile on your face, right? So that's why I will be a little transparent about why I make certain decisions and why I choose to do things I do and what I'm thinking about, just so you guys understand. And because yeah, I truly mean it. I would not be here without your guys' support. And my main goal in hololive is just to spread positivity and spread happiness and just make your days a little G-moodiner, right? G-moody! Okay, now that we have that out, I know transparency is like, oh, transparency. I think transparency is good in dosages. I don't think it's good for you to know every single thought in my mind, right? Because no one wants to know. I mean, some of you are like, no, it's okay. We want to know everything in your mind. No! I think there is a good amount of... Because if I'm feeling sad, I don't want to make other people feel sad. And that is just... My philosophy is that when I go live, I just want to have a good time with everyone. And I want to be happy. Because, I don't know, there is already so much negativity that is easily found. You just go anywhere on the internet and you can find something negative to read in like 5 seconds flat. Or you like scroll down X and there's something that makes you really angry because someone's being annoyed in 5 seconds, right? It's just really easy to find negativity. And that's why I want my streams to just be like, yay, positivity. Yay! Let's have fun! Let's not worry. Like, even though it exists. I know it exists out there. Negativity definitely exists. But in here, I hope that we can just shed off all those whatever things for like a few hours. And then afterwards, you know, at least we had those 3 hours of being happy. Afterwards, like, okay, back to Twitter. Ooh, angry. Ooh, angry. At least I was happy today because I was in Gigi's stream. Yeah, we're gonna be happy maxing! We're happy maxing in here! And that's why I don't want to, like, plan things and then be like, oh, I wish I didn't plan that. Because I never want to be in that mindset where I wish I didn't plan something. Yeah. So, thank you all for understanding. Thank you all for being here. And it has been a very happy 2 weeks. I am still learning stuff. Every day, still learning. And I say unhinged things, but I am, believe it or not, I am filtering myself a little bit because I'm scared of getting in trouble. Beneath it all, Gigi is actually just really terrified of getting bonked one of these days. There's like little vestiges, little glances at it, but I am a little anxiety ridden. So if I say something, I'm like, oh no, is Mane-chan gonna wake up today and beat me over the head? But then Mane-chan wakes up and I don't get DM. And I'm like, okay. So we are learning together, and you guys get to watch Gigi's journey. Yeah, from the very beginning. So thank you. This is filtered. What does unfiltered look like? You don't want to know. You don't want to know that. I am very vaguely aware of the things that I say that I could potentially get bonked by management. So I have like these hoops that I'm going through in my mind going, okay, I definitely can't talk about this, but I can skirt around it. You want unfiltered? No. Gigi doesn't want to get bonked. Gigi's scared. Gigi's terrified of getting bonked. I don't know. I can't live, even though I have, you know, I think you guys can tell by the way I type in certain messages that I can generally type without shit posting. So when I'm talking to Mane-chan, I'm being very formal and stuff. Like, we're having very formal, cordial responses, and me going, hey, I'm work-pilled in my brain right now. Tell me everything so I know what I can and can't do. And then Mane-chan is like, yeah, it's good. It's fine. And I'm like, okay. But when I'm cordially having these conversations and stuff, I don't know. I was never the type. I'm not the confrontational type. If something like mildly annoys me or like I don't agree with something, I will like try to like talk around it, but at the end of the day, I'm just like, what? I'll go along with anything. I'm very agreeable, and I'm non-confrontational. So if someone confronts me, like, they should be like, oh, you did something wrong, and then I'm gonna be like, ooh, and then I'll think about it forever. It'll keep me up for months. Yay! So that's why I do my best not to put myself in the position where I will have something in my mind for months, right? So, yippee! Yay! Yeah. All right, let's draw. Let's get this crab off the screen. Let's answer questions. Okay. Where's my thing? Hold on, I'm setting it up. Oh, it's here. I don't really have a plan for what I'm drawing. I'll probably just draw like a chibi of Gigi. Chibi. Okay. Where's my... Here. There's my audio. Goodbye, sexy crab. We are gonna yap and draw. I am using MS Paint because I just generally like MS Paint. I like how crunchy it makes the lines feel. You notice all my drawings on Twitter, my daily drawings, X formerly known as Twitter. I do them on MS Paint because I just like the way it feels. Thank you for the Akatsu 5. Appreciate it. Thank you, Jeff Star. Thank you. Okay, and then I have this open to talk. Hold on. I have a really scuffed setup for how I'm gonna do this. So I have MS Paint open to draw on, and then I have MS Paint open, CSP open, where I'm gonna copy and paste the questions onto, and then I'm gonna stream you CSP for the questions. So I'm drawing up MS Paint, and I'm streaming the questions off of CSP. Where is it? Where'd my CSP go? Okay. Here is CSP. It's my CSP. And first question. Hey, Gigi. I want to ask, what are your favorite fanfic tropes? Any favorite pathetic sopping wet cat men you've been into lately? And my favorite yokai from Yokai Watch. The first question. My favorite yokai for Yokai Watch is Chibanyan. I just really like Chibanyan a lot. You know, he's like your main partner. And I think he's really cute. And his episode made me cry. Chibanyan is so... it's like... It's in the first season. And it was just like a little baby episode about his past. And I teared up watching that episode. I also like, Koma-san a lot, too. Alright, so, I'm sure everyone is like, oh, the meat of the question. What are your favorite fanfic tropes? I will only list the safe for work fanfic tropes. I like angst, but I only like angst if it has a happy ending. It has to have a happy ending, otherwise I'm like, ooh, I'm too sad. I also like canon divergent fics because I know you're like, ooh, Gigi was probably a DJ. No. It has to have substance. I am not into it unless it has substance. I just... It's like, 100k words of fan fiction. And then you're like reading their trials and tribulations and then how they got there. And I like slow burn a lot, right? If the slow burn is interesting, the angst is interesting, you know, the plot is interesting. I really, really, really like slow burn. I like when they build it up from the beginning. I like AUs that build up from that too. Yeah, slow burn is really, really good. I think reading Yabai stuff is whatever. It doesn't have the weight that it does unless you have 100k words of build-up. You know, it's like, oh my god, there's like memes of it where it's I've seen memes before on X4 Twitter where it shows reading PWP and then it's straight-faced, right? But then you're like reading 10k words of angst and you're kicking and just giggling and kicking your feet and like or like Fluff. I think Fluff gets it so... I'm like, oh my god, Fluff is so good. Love is what makes me go hee 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 hee. I don't know. Sometimes all you want is... Sorry, I don't know what I'm drawing right now, so that's why I'm just drawing a circle. Maybe we should have a sketch down first. I can usually yap better when I'm coloring, because then I'm not thinking too hard about what I'm trying to do. Fluff is so good. I don't know, but I don't... Okay, so everyone knows this, but you cannot write Fluff and have the characters be OOC. I've been reading so much. I don't know, I'm in the mood, so I haven't read a lot of fanfic that recently until now, where I'm like skimming through fanfic, and I'm just like going through pages and pages, and I'm like, they're just so out of character. I can't get behind this. They're just not... These aren't them! It's not them! Yeah. Guys, stop writing the characters OOC. I can't handle it. It just puts me out of your fanfic. Oh my god, yes! When people write AUs of popular characters, but then they change their personalities, and you're like, why did you write this? This could have been your original character, but you wrote this and you tagged it, and now you're making me read this. And I'm reading it begrudgingly, wondering if it's gonna get better, but it's not. This is your original character. This is the characters that I grew to love. Yeah. You can write AUs too, where you do write them a little not in line with their canon character because of the AUs that you're writing, right? If you're like writing something where they're deeply traumatized, that they act a little different, I think it's fine. It's justifiable as long as you have the story back up the rest of it, right? You need the story to... the foundation of why they act a certain way. I have not. Guys, surprise, surprise. I have never read a holo fanfic before. Because I am not really an enjoyer of... like, it's like similar to RPF, stands for real person fic. I don't generally read real person fic because I'm just not interested in it. Right? Like, those are people. But I love my silly little meow meows and my animes and stuff. It's an actual thing. People write RPF all the time. I've read a few kind of because they were linked to me before, like K-pop fans. I don't remember them though. They are things I just don't pay attention to. Yeah. What is the other part of this question? Any favorite pathetic... Oh, I didn't even go over all my... my top fanfic tag is soul bonding and soulmates. I love soulmates so much. I love soul bonding so much. They're so beautiful. Soulmate fanfics are beautiful. Not enemies to lovers. Enemies to lovers is like a secondary tag. It's not the main tag that you're reading for. Enemies to lovers is if the character dynamics are already there to support it. I really like soulmate fanfics in pretty much every fanfic I've read. Like genres, tags, and fandoms. Because it's like a good premise. You can do a lot with it. You can angst it up. And I like when they do different things or like, oh, you know, if you can read your soulmate's mind at a certain age, or like their first words are written in your skin or something like that. There's a lot you can do with the soulmate tag. How about soulmates and reincarnation? I am okay with reincarnation. It's like not something that I seek out, but if it's done well, I like it. I can read pretty much every fanfic as long as it's done well. If it's not done well, I'll still read it, but I have complaints. I have some complaints. I'm thinking. I wish I had a list of tags in front of me right now so I can tell you what I like and what I don't like. I have grown out of a lot of school type of fanfics, mostly because they're not relatable to me anymore. You know, there's like a lot of high school AUs, and I'm like, that is not for me anymore. I do not care for that. Those fanfics are no longer for me. And I will read some like higher education fanfics. I think those are still fine as long as they're written fun. I'm thinking right now. I'm thinking of what other fanfic tropes there are. Should I Google them? Hold on. Fanfic tropes. Tier list. Tier list generator? This could be a stream in itself. Oh, I like Fix-It-Fix. Because I am a big fan of canon. And a lot of the canon that I watch is never... My pairs are never canon. So Fix-It-Fix are like, yay, we're going to fix their relationships. I like Fix-It-Fix. I like Fluff. Coffee shop AUs are kind of stale. But I get it. It's like Fluff. So it's a once in a while thing that I enjoy is the coffee shop AU. But Lucy-san is the epitome of coffee shop AU. So they are the exception to the rule. Her comfort is good. Oh, I like time loops too. I think I would rate soulmates and time loop to be S tier for me. I really like timey-wimey stuff. And in the past, a long time ago, I read this novel called The Time Traveler's Wife. And it is like completely full of time traveling nonsense. And I he sought out some fanfic AUs based off of that, which I thought were pretty fun. Way different from the movie? I watched the movie too, but I don't remember it. I think I had some complaints about it, but I think any bad movie can be created into a fanfic of your favorite characters. And your favorite characters can make anything good. So awesome. Yeah, so this conversation has gone for a little... We have just talked about... I've gotten nothing done. We've drawn a face. Nothing else has been accomplished other than talking about fanfic. Alright, let's move on before this is just a fanfic stream. And any sopping wet catman I've been into lately. I don't really have a meow meow right now because I haven't been consuming media too much. I've fallen out of consumption of media because I'm too busy laying in bed, not doing anything. But today is Kabe's birthday. So happy birthday, Kabe. Happy birthday, Kabe. Alright, where's the next question? Hold on, let me search for another question before we continue. Here's a short question that I can answer. I only know a little English, but is it okay if I like Gigi? The answer is of course! Of course you can like Gigi. It makes me really happy to know that I have fans internationally, and it makes me want to work even harder. Seeing you guys come to my stream, and then you guys are listening to me yap, even though you probably have no idea what I'm saying most of the time because I talk about the most. I think I would put me on a hard to translate scale if I were to rate myself. I do think that if there was like a Japanese clipper trying to translate me, there's like a lot of things, like a lot of nuances that have to be picked up. There's just like a lot of context that needs to be translated on why I'm saying certain things. But I hope to learn new other languages so I can communicate with fans. I really want to pick up Japanese because obviously I want to communicate with my senpais and I want to be able to talk to the staff in Japan too and express how grateful I am for their hard work, stuff like that. And just be like, if we go over there to do stuff, I want to be able to like at least be a little conversational. So I will definitely do my best in picking up Japanese. When I studied before, I mostly did kanji reading. I can very vaguely pick out kanjis and stuff, but my previous goal when I was reading Japanese was never for conversation. I never cared to be conversational. What I wanted was I wanted to read untranslated stuff. I wanted to read things. I you know. So that's why I only read, you know, I only study kanji. And I just learned things like sentence structures and certain kanjis and grammar a little bit, so I could very vaguely piece together a shoddy machine translated thing and be like, yeah, I get it. I get the overall what they're trying to say. So that's the extent of my studying. But now I have a new goal, and it's to be conversational. I have to be conversational. So it's gonna be a different journey that we will go through. And I will do my best. I probably will start in a month or two. Right now I'm still kind of overwhelmed with like getting myself situated in this new position and getting used to you know, everything. There's like a lot of stuff that goes on behind the scenes, and you have to learn. I have to learn. So once I'm more comfortable and more knowledgeable of my position, I'll be able to move on to other things and learn Japanese. So it'll be like in a month or two, I will actually start, I don't know, vocab drilling. I think vocab is a very important thing. I think it's the best thing for me to learn at this point. Because I'm sure that no one cares that my grammar is bad. I just need to have a wide knowledge of vocab so I can randomly put vocabulary words together and then say some stupid verb. And then they're gonna be like, Gigi-chan, Nihongo Jozu. And I'm gonna be like, yay. Thumbs up. As long as you communicate like a caveman, I think it's fine. Yeah, yippee! That's all I need. There's like a lot of questions that I have seen and read where it's like, who do you want to collab with? And I know it's like, people want to know. And I do intend to collab with... I want to try and talk to everyone in EN. You guys might not know this, but Gigi is kind of... I'm on the shy side. Like, when I get into a call with people, I try and be a little more extroverted and talking to them. But it's like the process of reaching out to people is very, very different. And when it comes to senpais and stuff, I am very respectful. Even though some of them have been like, oh, no need to. But it's like, it's hard for me to put that aside. Because they've been here, they've been working for a really long time, and without them, hololive wouldn't be as it is now. So I respect them a lot, and it's like kind of difficult to like look over this immense respect I have for them that I don't... It's hard to just like go into their DMs and go, right? Because I have so much respect for them. So if I'm not familiar with people, then I'm like, ooh, proper English. Because I don't want them to think that I don't respect them. Because I really do. So it is difficult for me to like reach out and say things because I'm like, I'm on max respect points right now, and everything you do, you're so amazing, and you work so hard, and it's just hard for me to look past that. And then when it comes to Japanese senpais, I have that. Like, I really respect, like, I respect Japanese senpais a lot. And there's the language barrier where I feel disrespectful talking to them because I don't know Japanese. So I'm even more hesitant to reach out to them because I don't want to just be like, oh, the English-speaking person is not making an effort. And I'm like, no. When I am able to talk a little more, I will be a little more brave and speak to them. But right now, I'm like putting my fingers together. Shy emoji. Hi, Liz! For Liz. For Liz. Yippee! Okay. Looking. There's this one. Are there any projects or games you would like to try on stream? There are projects that I do want to do. I think, I'm just from looking at how I approach things is I like improv a lot. So there's like a lot of things I want to do around improv, like a game show of sorts or like a role-playing kind of stream, which I think are really fun. And you get to see people, like different sides of people when they take on a character and how they approach things as their character. I think those kinds of things are really fun. But right now, it's just me. The common theme of this stream is that I'm still getting situated in the role and I'm still getting to know everyone. So it's gonna be a while until I can look towards planning stuff like that. But it is definitely like a project that I do want to approach in the future. Yeah. I don't want to give specifics because I don't want to give you guys expectations right now. But I do have a lot of ideas. I'm just not going to share them, so that way, when it happens, it's a surprise. And if it doesn't happen, then no one can flame me for it. Simple math. And that way, you guys don't know the super cool ideas in my head. And when it happens, it happens. And then, for games and stuff, I do want to do, like, a long-running story series, but I'm gonna start with only one at a time to ensure that I finish them. But I'm thinking that my first series may be New Vegas. Maybe. I know there's a Steam sale going on right now. If you guys have any recommendations for games you may potentially want me to play, you can put them in, I don't know, the general LFPG hashtag that I go through. Or just find the hashtag to post them in, preferably not the art one. I also have a little bit of regrets making RKGGK my hashtag because I guess people... before I made it my hashtag, people didn't use it. It was very rarely used. I think I saw one person use RKGGK as an accident. But now that I've made it my hashtag, people see it and they think it's the actual doodle hashtag. And then it's crazy when people tag RKGK and RKGGK at the same time. Nah, I like it. I like my hashtag. I will appreciate other people's art where they're posting doodle. It's fine. Yeah, it's a clever hashtag. It doesn't happen often enough. But it happens enough times that I'm like, this is silly. Yeah, it's only like a couple. Ow, 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 ow. Okay, let me find the next question. Whoa! Thank you for the Akashupa, Oro. What are your thoughts on Novelia? I don't really have any. He's like a murderous guy, evoker. I was building him, and then I made Nier my first one instead because... Ooh, dark. Ooh, beautiful woman. And then I made Kane my next one because, ooh, Highlander. And then Lovelia, he's like there. I rate Siete higher than him. He's just a freak. I like Nier. Yeah, Nier. Far. Wherever you are. Yeah. I don't mind him. I think he's silly, but he is not my pick of choice when it comes to the evokers. And then there's this one. This is not where I wanted to put it. I wanted to put it here. I would like to send a fan letter to Gigi, but would you be willing to read my poor English? And the answer is, of course! Of course I will! Please, your support is everything to me. Even write it in your mother language too. And then I will do my best to read that. It's 2 ways. Thank you for your support. I will read it in whichever language. So, there's this one that I'll answer about my lore video. In the story vid, you didn't have a tail. It's a tail and accessory, or maybe you're possessed by something that gave you a tail. I will answer this vaguely because I don't want to give you an exact answer that locks in stuff because a lot of things has to be run by internally. And I don't want you to take what I say as fact and then I get in trouble. So I will give you some information on the lore video itself. And why we of Gigi is potentially missing a tail. And it's because the project was a little bit... We started a little late. And the animator did such a great, fantastic job in the little time that they had. And I did notice the tail missing, and I did think that it may cause a issue with, you know, continuity. But we were already running low on time as is, that I didn't want them to stress out more over it. So, so please, just look over there. It's abstract. The video is purposefully abstract, right? Yeah, if it becomes a problem, we'll see. Like, we'll look into adding it in the future if it actually does become a problem. But it is a purposefully abstract video. I still see people posting their interpretations of it, which I really enjoy. Okay, here's me talking about my lore video now. I guess I'll leave this up. So for the previous 2 weeks, I guess, I've been seeing people go like, what does the lore video mean? I don't get it. Okay, but what does this mean? And then there's people like posting their interpretation of it. And your interpretation is what the video means. I don't want to give you guys an exact of like my viewing of it, because when I was like concepting it, I purposefully wanted it to be abstract. Because I think art in itself is a really... art is abstract. Art is subjective. You get your own personal meanings out of art. And I wanted it to be something where you're like, you watched it and you go, hey, this resonates with me in this way. And then that's what it means to you. That's what that piece of art means. So that is why it's kind of made that way. But obviously it has themes that are personal to me, that are present, that people may have picked up on. But overall, I wanted to create something where everyone watching it gets something different from the video. And that was the overall goal of that video. Was, okay, what you see from this, that is your interpretation, and it's not wrong. Your interpretation isn't wrong because that is what you perceive this to be. Yeah. So that is how I set out in making that. In the future, I would like to touch upon more lore projects like this, and then maybe there'll be more clarity on Gigi's personal lore. But right now, since that is the only thing out, please take it as you view it, and if it has, you know, if it has a message to you, I don't want that message to be wrong. Because whatever message you took from it, I think that's the beauty in art. And I don't want to make your interpretation incorrect. I don't want to give you something and then you're like, oh, so I was wrong. No, that's not what I would want to do. So that was the intention of that video. And then in the future, if it's something more lore Gigi related, I'm sure I will make it more apparent, and then you guys can take that as, oh, this is Gigi lore. Yeah. What animal is Popo? Popo, I saw someone, I think everyone already knows, Popo is a cockapoo. That is what he is. Did you guys know that cockapoos are also endangered? So please, let's give them all of our efforts to make them not endangered. Yeah. But that is what Popo is. Our Popo is one of a kind though. He can't fly, but he does his best. Right, Popo? Popo says yeah. Yeah, cockatoos are silly. You may vaguely know them as that parrot that did things to that guy's head. It is a very memeable bird that did certain things to a man's head. That was not Popo though. That was a different bird. Popo is different. Popo would never do that. Popo would not do that. Let me find the next question. What was your first gacha game, and what was it that got you sucked into it? My first gacha game... Maple Story does not count. Maple Story is a gacha MMORPG, and it sucked out so much of my money, and I got in trouble because I shan't say. When Gigi was younger, Gigi did things that she probably shouldn't have done towards her parents. Like taking a $20 bill to buy gacha currency. I wouldn't... Don't do that. Don't do that anymore. Don't do that! Yes. But, my first actual gacha game was... Love Live! Love Live was my... I wouldn't say very first, but it was the first gacha game that actually had has done something to me. Love Live was a formative gacha experience for me. And I remember every banner, I would swirl away some cash. You know, cash for eating, cash for living on a day-to-day. But every banner, like, every 2 weeks, I would try and get $30 so I could do a 10 poll on Love Live. Because polls were $30. And rates were 1%. And I remember my very first idolized UR on Japanese servers was the Victorian Kotori. It was my very first idolized UR ever. It has become so... She's ingrained in my brain. But my love of my life is Nico. And I think my dream card of hers was the New Year's one. The New Year's one was so beautiful, so pretty. And I was yearning for that card forever. And I eventually got it on the EN server. I'm distracted. What are we drawing? Who put this Gigi on my canvas? Are we even drawing Gigi? Yeah, I think it is Love Live that really got me into, like, idols in general. I mean, I was vaguely interested before because, I don't know, magical girls are kind of like idols. And I like the magical girl genre. But it was Love Live that I go, oh my god, these girls are working so hard to accomplish their dreams, and I love them, and I want to support them forever and ever, and muse forever. And I think I would say I'm sure that if it wasn't for Love Live, I wouldn't be where I am today, where I am right now. Like as Gigi, I don't think if I didn't get into Love Live, would Gigi be here as she is today? Probably not. So very grateful for Love Live for being there and being such a major part of my life. Yeah. Love Live really did change lives. here's a silly question. Silly question. If you were a base class in XIV, which would you be? And do you think you could beat a giant ant? The ant is at least human size. You'd have the same physical strain / ability right now, only you'd have skills from the class. I think because it's only base class, the easy answer is the healer, because you regen yourself and you stand there. The meme answer is a black mage. I climb into a tree, right? I put down my ley lines, and then I stand there for 5 seconds, casting fire. And then I hope that the ant burns to death. And if the ant is crawling up my tree and I'm still in my ley lines casting fire, then I just have to stand in there and he can bite my arm, and then I'll cast fire, and then I run across the street again and I climb up a tree and then I cast fire. And then I just wait for him to burn to death, and then I cast fire. We love casting. Let's see. Okay. Serious question. In terms of music, what are your favorite songs / genres and inspirations for your style? And also, silly question, can you do the helicopter with your aho gate just like Popo does? The answer is probably. Yes, maybe. We don't know. We just don't know. So the serious question, in terms of music, I don't know. I'm not super knowledgeable on music terms and genres, but I like a wide range of music in general. Like, I will listen to pretty much anything. I have a lot of types of music that I like. And you would listen to my playlist and it would go from like trashy pop song to a rap song to R&B, and then suddenly we have like the yoing kind of music, and then there's some country that I like. I also like musicals. I like musicals a lot. I think I really enjoy Bo Burnham songs because of, like, I don't know. There's something about people who write for musicals where there's a lot of, like, storytelling in the lyrics. And I like that a lot. I think it's really clever. And then sometimes they just make a sentence and it's suddenly a song. And I think it's really creative. I really wish that I was born with, like, that innate ability to create music like that. Because I love that kind of content. It's really inspiring to me. I just... It's really good. Yeah. But I don't have that bone in me to make music like that. And it makes me sad. But seeing people make stuff, like, creatively like that is really inspiring. And that is the kind of stuff that I hope to one day achieve when I create things. Hololive musical? That's my dream. My dream is one day there's a musical and everyone has to perform live. I love theater. I love the concept of a truly unique experience. You go there in person and you watch these people for 2 hours straight act something out, and it's unique every single time. You could buy a show for the next day, you could buy a show for the next time slot, you know, like afternoon, and you buy a show for the nighttime slot, and they are completely different from one another. And I think stuff like that is really cool to me, really inspiring. I wish one day I'd be able to do something like that. like, the idea of performing live is just so... Not even like a concert. Like, storytelling, a play. It's so beautiful. There's this... I don't know. I don't remember much of it to be able to retell the YouTube videos, so I just won't. But it had to do with musical theater and this person getting to go on as like a cameo. And then afterwards, they were crying because... Can you imagine? You're only playing to like, what? Less than 1,000 people in this very kind of cramped venue space. But there's like so much passion in it. And when you get to the curtain call, everyone is cheering you on. You're like, yes, I just gave the performance of my lifetime. That is so beautiful. There is a stage play that I was really, really into, and it was Engeki Haikyuu. I purchased the Blu-rays and DVDs for it to support them. And I don't know, I love Engeki Haikyuu so much. It's so good. Oh my god. It is what? Like almost 3 hours long of high energy choreography where they're just like hitting this ball attached to a stake around, but it's so good! It's so awesome! And then just stuff like that just inspires me a lot to do like, oh, one day I want to perform like this and reach other people through this performance. It's your birthday, happy birthday! And then there was a show, I forgot which one. It was the... I forgot what it was called. Battle of the Giants, I think, where the main stage play, Haikyuu stage play cast graduated because they were touring for already quite some time and they had a lot of stage plays under their belt. And then I watched their curtain call and they're all like... They're crying because this stage play was such like a major part of their life. And they're just like, oh, I'm so happy that I got to play this role. And I'm like, no, don't cry. I'm gonna cry. It is stuff like that that inspires me. Yeah. It's also the concept of like the actor themselves, where they put their all into a role and they have become like, they are the embodiment of that character. And then when they're finally ready to move on and they're like, oh, this has been such a major role in my life, but I'm ready to chase other aspirations and other dreams. It's like that journey in itself also gets me teared up. Like on a more personal level for that actor. It's just so beautiful. I suppose in a way, yeah, it is like idols where we want to perform, we want to make you guys happy, and then I dare not say, but that is what we watch, you know, with like Muse graduating. Eventually, they feel like they've completed something in their lifetime and they're ready to move on. And you're like, no, please, don't go. It's wonderful. I don't know. Everything about it is just so beautiful. Don't remind you. We have to remember. We have to cheer them on always. Guys, we have to think about it. It's like they definitely did not make the decision lightly, but it's a decision that they felt like they were ready for. And it's always a difficult decision. And I think that is like a beautiful part of following someone's, say, career in anything. It doesn't even have to be like it's like a public-facing career. If we just think about it on a more personal scale, personal level, I'm sure you've met people or like know of people who are in certain careers, but they feel like they have to do something else for themselves. And I guess it's like that is a relatable thing that is wildly known, or like something that is easy to empathize with. And it's stories like that that get me all teared up. Gets me tearing up. Doesn't have to. I don't even know. It could just be in a fanfic for one. And I'll start crying. I'm like, oh my god, this person has reached their inner peace, and now they're ready. I love. We're circling back to introspection and fanfiction. I love stories where we're reading someone's POV and they become introspective of their actions. And you're like reading all of their inner emotional turmoil and stuff. And I'm like, ooh, this is the good stuff. Not even fanfic. Can be any source of media. Like, dang, this is awesome. Jean Valjean at the end of Les Miserables. Yes. I do. I like that musical. Okay. Next question. I'm not gonna screenshot this question because it's a really short question. I know you love Undertale, Gigi. What are your thoughts on Deltarune? And would you play new chapters on stream whenever they're released? I would love to! When the game gets fully released, I would love to do a playthrough of Deltarune. I love Undertale. I think Toby Fox is an amazing everything. Amazing composer. Amazing storyteller. Just writing a story on emotions. It's so beautiful. Toby Fox is definitely one of my favorite game composers. Just because of all the recurring... I brought this up! All the recurring leitmotifs in his music. You mean it's... Listen to playing Undertale! Yeah, I won't go into spoilers. No one-time spoilers. No one-time spoilers for this. But, don't talk about Undertale spoilers. I'm just gonna talk about the music. I think Toby Fox is amazing at composition and amazing at, creating music to fit with, like, emotional beats and emotional moments of the game. So, I'm looking forward to Deltarune for all the new music. And, yeah. No spoilers! Guys, we won't talk about Undertale for this. No one talk about it. No one talk about it. What is your favorite emoji? I like man standing emoji. I think man standing emoji is a really good one. I like the... What's it called? It's the shaking face emoji is also really good. Man standing emoji and shaking face emoji are pretty up there. I think they're good emotes. Pregnant man is funny. I love the embrake emoji so much. I think the embrake emoji is pretty good, yeah. Have I heard about the Bloom Into You play? I have not. I will look it up. Whoa, drama club production and girls supporting and kissing other girls? That sounds something I'd be interested in. I haven't really been keeping up with media though. Just like the only thing is that I don't know. When I am not working, I am laying down. Good night, Liz! Thank you for stopping by. Hope you have a good night's sleep. Mwah! For Liz. when Gigi is not working, she is potentially laying down and maybe even sleeping or not doing anything in general. I spend a lot of time not doing stuff. And that to me is doing something. It's like a recharging period where I'm just laying there. Yeah, so in between work, I'm like, woo, work is done. Lays down, doesn't get back up. The only thing that I've kept up with is Dungeon Meshi, and that's because I really, really love Dungeon Meshi. I read the manga, so that's why I was watching the anime too, and I felt like the adaptation was really good. But other than that, I haven't seen... I wouldn't be able to name anything else that I've watched in its entirety. I just don't remember. In the future, I would like to do watch-alongs of things I like and also watch things that I haven't watched before, but... how do watch-alongs work? If I'm watching something that I've never watched before, I am not a yapper when I'm watching movies. Because I don't want to talk over the movie, and I'm also, like... I'm consuming at the same time. So, yeah. I'm literally just like, oh, so this is happening. Yeah. And I suppose if we do a watch-along, I was thinking about it vaguely. If it's something I've watched before and I want to share with you, maybe I talk over it. I don't know if that gets annoying because... sometimes people just want to watch things undisturbed. But I think I would only talk over things that I'm already familiar with. If I watch something I haven't watched before, I was thinking about having a thing... because I have watched movies with friends before where we would all sit in call muted and we would just type, you know, like type our reactions. I think it'd be cool to have something where I type on screen and that's my way of communicating with you guys. Where like, oh, this is happening right now. And it's so awesome. And then afterwards, we can discuss the movie after the watch-along. Yeah. That was my thinking of how I would do a watch-along for something I haven't seen before. I don't know. I'll think about watch-alongs further and how I would do them. But if it's like not a shitposty movie, you know, like a cerebral movie of some sort, I don't want to talk over like the quiet moments, because the quiet moments are purposefully in the movie for a reason. If it's a cerebral movie, you know what I mean? It's like, if it's actually a movie that's like intentionally trying to evoke an emotion, then there is a reason for placements of scenes. But if it's like a movie that it's not taking itself seriously, I think it's something that I would be more comfortable talking over. Yeah. We could watch the I'll let you guys know in the future. I don't have any watch-alongs planned anytime soon. I do want to do them, but just need to find something I want to watch and find the right moment to start them. Yeah. I do want to watch Paddington with Cece though. We will watch it. And in return, I suppose I will watch Golden Compass. Got to start with the 50 Shades. Would we even be allowed? The only reason I brought up 50 Shades is because I figured 50 Shades is like a safe thing to talk about given its like global reception. Because everyone knows about 50 Shades of Grey and it was so widely marketed. There's like the soundtrack was playing on every single radio station. And the music videos for those days, like you watch, you hear music from 50 Shades of Grey, and it's not subtle that it's from 50 Shades of Grey. It was incredibly marketed, which is why I thought 50 Shades of Grey was like pretty safe thing to bring on screen. When it came out, it was everywhere. Let me try and find what song it was that the Zayn and Taylor Swift song that was from 50 Shades of Grey. I don't know. You can look it up, called I Don't Want to Live Forever. Look, they got freaking Zayn and Taylor Swift to sing a song from the 50 Shades of Grey soundtrack. They were literally trying to make it mainstream. She already wants to watch 50 Shades of Grey. Well, we will just have to ask Mane-chan if we're allowed to. I don't know. There is obviously scenes in 50 Shades of Grey that is not age appropriate. But to me, 50 Shades of Grey is a shitpost movie that it personally doesn't make me uncomfortable because it's so goofy. I know it's not intending to be goofy, but it's really goofy. But I don't know if that kind of content we'll have to ask our Mane-chan. Mane-chan's gonna say no. It is so funny though. I think guys, don't watch 50 Shades of Grey seriously. Watch that with your homies and dap them up and be like, let's watch 50 Shades of Grey tonight. It is so... I remember making fun of the entire movie the entire way through. I was watching with one of my closest friends, and during that, we were on a movie watching kick where we would watch a bunch of movies, and we watched all of Twilight together, and I'm like, let's watch 50 Shades of Grey next! And then after that movie was over, we were intending to watch the entire thing, but after watching the first one, she was like, I can't. This movie was too bad. I can't watch the next one. And I'm like, what? It was so funny. I was like, it was the funniest movie I've ever watched. Why are you backing out? Guys, I forgot which movie it is. What? Tyler Hoechlin from Teen Wolf, who plays Derek Hale from Teen Wolf, is in one of the 50 Shades of Grey movies. So I think I have to watch that one. Did you also know that Tyler Hoechlin from Teen Wolf, Derek Hale, voices Sephiroth in the Final Fantasy VII remakes? Fun fact, guys! If you didn't know that, here's a fun fact for you! It is my favorite fun fact. My favorite fun fact in the world. Derek Hale from Teen Wolf voices Final Fantasy VII Sephiroth. Superman, yeah, he's also Superman on CW. How do I know that? Because I follow their careers. I love Teen Wolf. Obviously, guys, I'm interested in their careers. I want to know what they're doing after Teen Wolf. So that's why I know he voices... Well, I knew it because when the trailer came out for Final Fantasy VII, I heard Sephiroth speak. And this was before I knew Derek Hale was Sephiroth. And then I was like, no freaking way. Can you imagine? It's like after a game convention or whatever, they're showing Final Fantasy VII for the first time, and I'm watching it for the first time with everyone. And I hear Derek Hale's voice come out of Sephiroth's mouth, and I'm like, no way. And I'm like, guys, I think that's Derek Hale. And it was Derek Hale from Teen Wolf. That's Sephiroth. Yeah, I have watched Teen Wolf maybe 10 times in total, but only season 1 through 4. Because Tyler Hoechlin leaves after season 4. And I was like, I don't want to watch this anymore. So I've watched season 1 through 4 10 times. And I've watched the last 2 seasons 0 times. Yeah, except in the final season of Teen Wolf, they bring cameos back from the first, 4 seasons. And my ship was in the last season. So I watched the scenes that they were in. And then I was like, I'm good. I'm satisfied. This has made me happy. So, yeah. You watched what episode had to stop because it was terrible? That's the point! It's camp! The first 2 seasons are so good because they're camp! They're terrible, but they're camp! They're so campy, they're so good! After season 2, it goes downhill. You know, you can clear it out season 3. I think season 3 is only saved because of Dylan O'Brien's acting. Dylan O'Brien is a really good actor. And so season 3 was, you know, it was made better. But the first 2 seasons are so... they're so funny because the main character, Scott, he's like... I don't want to be a werewolf. I want to be normal. And I want to go to prom. It's so funny. It's so funny. It's really good. It's so trash. And then in season 3, there's a scene with the absolute worst CG possible, where they run into a deer and then they have CG glass coming out towards the screen, and it's like overlapping everything. It's awful. It's so good. I can also quote another line from episode 1 of Teen Wolf, where obviously it's like a trashy teen show called Teen Wolf. In case you guys didn't know. His love interest, Allison, runs into a dog, and Scott works at the vet. He is working late, and she is in the rain, ran into a dog, and then she brought the dog to the vet's office, and she's freaking out. And she's like, oh my god, I ran into a dog, and I don't know what to do, and can you please help him? And then he like helps her, he helps the dog is soothed, whatever. And then she's like, oh my god, I like totally freaked out like a girl. And he's like, but you are a girl. And she's like, yeah, but I freaked out like a girly girl, which I'm not. It's so good. It's the best show I've ever watched. It's so good. I love Teen Wolf. Yeah. I would like to do a Teen Wolf watch along one day. I would be talking over it the entire time because I've seen it 10 times. Yeah, it's so cute. Well, that's Teen Wolf. I hope it has interested everyone into wanting to watch it. Teen Wolf is so good. I don't know why you would think it's bad. It's camp. Guys, it's camp. Thank you for the yellow super. I know you're a fan of Ace Attorney. Would I play Ace Attorney Investigations on stream? I would maybe play Ace Attorney Investigations on stream, but only 2. So I don't know how interested people would be, because I've already played the first one, and I haven't played the second one. So I would only play the second one on stream. Yeah, Teen Wolf is based off of a movie from, I don't know when it was out. It's about this guy who plays basketball and becomes a werewolf. But my Teen Wolf is about this guy who plays lacrosse and becomes a werewolf. Yeah, it's a really good show. Give it a shot. I played every single Danganronpa except the non-main series ones, like the Spare Girls or whatever. And then I played every single Ace Attorney except Ace Attorney Investigations 2. I kind of want to make CC play Ace Attorney. So if she decides to play it, I'll probably be a guest on her stream to help her read it. But don't know when. It's just in the future. Yeah. Where is the next question? Guys, we can't keep talking about Teen Wolf like this. We have to move on. Me saying this like I wasn't the one who's talking about Teen Wolf for the past 30 minutes. Guys, we have to stop talking about Teen Wolf. Grabbing a question. G Mooney, why does Gigi hate tomatoes? What is the lore behind your kryptonite? I like cooked tomatoes. I don't like raw tomatoes. I think the texture of tomatoes is icky, and I don't like the texture of the tomatoes. So boo! Tomato emoji. Tomato emoji. It is a weird texture for me, and I don't like them. I don't like the texture. Obviously, I'll eat one if it's in front of me because I don't think I'm that much of a picky eater. I love eating. I love learning about other cultures through eating. It's probably one of my favorite things to do if I touch grass. Is I like checking out new restaurants and then being like, ooh, what food cuisine is this? And I would love to eat it and try it once and learn. So if it's like the tomato is a part of the dish, I'll eat it. But I generally don't like them. I'll put it in my mouth and like, tastes like a tomato. So I will say, what is it? What's it called? You know, like a caprese salad. Whenever I see a caprese salad, I'm like, that looks crazy good. And all of it is mozzarella and a tomato. I know I'll hate it if I put it in my mouth, but every time I lay eyes on a caprese salad, I'm like, dang, that looks yummers. That looks so good. But all it is tomato. I'm not gonna like it, but I'm so tempted to get it every time I see one because it just looks tasty. The illusion of it all. This good? I don't know. If you like tomatoes, it must be good. There is this one. Is there any genre of game you haven't played much of before that you might be interested in trying out on stream? I think my main genre... Hold on. Let me have a little stick. My main genre of games currently is... when I play on my own time, it's like, I like RPGs. I generally play a lot of RPGs if I'm in the reading mood. And then I like roguelites. Where you improve every run and you get stats and you learn about the thing. And I like comfy games. I like brain off games. Kind of like simulation games. I like those games too. And I think games that I would maybe try on stream, I suppose... I mean, we're playing Another Crab's Treasure right now, but I guess From Software games are pretty popular with Souls-likes and stuff, but they're not my main kind of game, right? Even though they're really, really popular, they're not like the type of game that I'm like, ooh, let's de-stress with a game of Dark Souls. Because that... I don't think you're de-stressing playing Dark Souls. But I know they're really popular that I might try it out on stream one day. Also, when I stream games, I'm a little... I think you can tell by the way I play the crab game, where I'm like maxing out strength. Full glass cannon. Because it's like kind of for the bit, and also I'm really stubborn, which might frustrate people because I will force a stat and then refuse to get any HP. Because F you guys, honestly. That's kind of my train of thought. It's like, if you want to play the game normally, then play the game yourself, honestly. Like, seriously, if you want someone to play the game your way, then just play the game yourself. And I play in a vaguely frustrating way for some watchers because I don't like playing games normally if I'm streaming them, because then why bother streaming them? I can just play the game on my off time. It's very different. The way I play games on stream is much different than how I would play a game off stream. Because off stream, no one's watching me. I don't gaff. I'm just gonna play the game optimally and then beat the game. If I'm playing on stream, then okay, let's clown a little bit. Yeah. So if I did play a Souls like on stream, it would be a little frustrating because I'm pretty sure, I can probably guarantee you that I played Elden Ring, I would start as the hobo class and probably be naked for most of that playthrough. Stubbornly. I would stubbornly be naked for the roleplay, and then it would be part of my character trait, and I would be like, ooh, I have a club, and I'm not going to switch off this club until I really need to switch off this club, and I'm gonna be as naked as possible for this entire stream because I think it's funny. Yeah. I think that's what I did when I played Dark Souls. I played once, and what I did for my character build was be naked for most of it and only put pants on if they accentuated my character's ass. So that was my experience with Dark Souls. Yeah. It's for the bit, you know? I don't know. I'm just a very stubborn person. Okay. Gigi has not been around very long for you guys to notice these character traits, but I'm super, super stubborn when it comes to, like, I suppose, action RPGs. And then if someone in chat is like a little bit, I don't know, like they're trying to backseat but in a non-helpful way and in a frustrated way, then I'm like, I'm gonna just keep doing this more. And I'm definitely not listening to you. It's like when your mom comes into your room and then she's like, clean your room. And you were planning on cleaning your room, but now you don't want to clean your room. So I just go all in on pissing you off. So I was like, no, don't do that. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna keep doing it then. Yeah, like, in my head, I'm like, oh, maybe I will stop and come back later. But then I see someone in chat going, blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, nah, actually, I'm gonna chill. I'm not gonna come back later. I'm gonna finish this now. Actually. And then they're like, why do you keep spamming strength? Why don't you take some... why don't you get some actual... Nah. What if I got some more strength? Yeah. I also think beating games that way is satisfying. You're just like, hee hee, I did this my way. And I had fun doing it. Well, maybe I didn't have fun doing it, but it happened, and I beat it. So that's all that matters. So that is probably my downfall gamer trait, is that I could be stubborn enough to the point of frustration, because me being really stubborn means we're not making any progress because, you know, my mom told me to clean my room. Yeah, that's me playing games. So that is probably a game genre I may potentially try out in the future. But they are definitely not my first choice of games. Please spend a whole stream making a tier list going into detail about all your key pieces of media. Oh! You want to hear about everything I like? Okay, I'll keep that in mind. One day I'll tell you about everything on my list from debut. But I've already told you about Teen Wolf in Great Lanes. When does Mom debut? Never. Mom is stuck in Gremland. That's where Mom is from. Gremland. Actual... Guys, here's a lore drop. Came from Gremland. It's a real thing. She is never coming out of that cage. She will never make an appearance. Ever. I guess just talking about mother. She is the type that definitely has no idea what I am doing currently. Because she doesn't get it. And, there's a little bit of, like, a language barrier, too. Where she definitely wouldn't know what a meme is. And I suppose, I think if I were to have her around, she would be a liability. And say something to get Gigi in trouble. Or ourselves in trouble. She is a very unsafe person to have around on a stream. So that is why you will never, ever, ever meet Gigi Mom. Not ever. For my safety and hers. And also, she is the naggy type that... Okay, I love my mom. I'm sure you guys understand, though, that there are relationships with your mother where you're, like, kind of standoffish because they're annoying. I love her dearly, but I cannot be with her for a long amount of time or I get pissed off. So, she would just piss me off. Yeah! Sometimes I have to be in a car with her and they are the worst moments of my life. But, guys, I love her. I love my mom. I just can't be with her in the same proximity and have her talk to me for too long, or I get really pissy. Yeah. She freaking loves backseat driving me. Oh my god. She's like the kind of person. She has gotten in trouble more times than I mean, I haven't gotten in trouble. I'm a pretty conscious driver, right? You have to be predictable when driving. My mom is very not. And she has gotten in trouble. But every time I have to, like, if I have to drive her around places, then she is backseating me the entire time. And I'm like, chill, I know how to drive. And she's like, I've been driving for longer than you were alive. And I'm like, okay. So I had to, oh jeez, my bad. Sorry. And I'm like, oh, okay. Yeah, and I'm like, oh, whatever. You know, whatever. It's fine. Just keep complaining then. Yeah, so I dislike driving her, please. I can't. I'm definitely. I will say it. I have snapped at my mom before because she's really annoying sometimes, and I guess it might be a universal experience for people who have parents similar to mine. is if she has a problem, and then I'm like, it literally wasn't my fault. It was your fault. And then she brings up something else to yell at you. And then I'm like, why did you come into my room to do this to me? I'm like, oh, okay, sure. Yeah, she could just be like, blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, that wasn't me. And then she's like, okay, well then, whatever. Your room is a mess and you live like a pig. And I'm like, okay. Why did you come into my room? Yeah, so that is why you will never meet Gigi Mama for both of our safeties, and it would not be good for my mental health. It would be very bad for my mental health. But I do, even though I'm complaining about her, I love her. I love the opportunities she has given me, and as I've grown older, I've come to appreciate the sacrifices she's done for me. It's like something that's definitely like you didn't notice it when you were younger, but now that you're older and you have more empathy for your mother, you realize that she really did sacrifice a lot for you. But the distance definitely makes me fonder. The distance away is so beautiful. Yeah. Let's draw Gigi's legs. Okay, what's the next question? How is your gacha luck? Good, bad, despair. I would say it's varying, but I've had way more frustrating gacha experience than I have good gacha experiences. And I quit a lot of gacha games because of very terrible experiences. And I think I've never had a good spark on Grand Blue Fantasy. I think every spark of mine has been terrible. So that's kind of why I failed off Grand Blue Fantasy, because all my sparks have been so bad. And then I leak, and then it's even worse. And you can't win. You just can't win. And yeah, I wouldn't say I'm particularly lucky when it comes to gacha games. There's like sometimes where I'm like, ooh, I got something way earlier than pity, and that's good luck. But I think it balances out with how terrible it usually is. And I don't think there's ever a time where I've hit a, like, you know, aside from GBF, because that is a much more generous game, like something like Genshin, I've never hit a double 5-star pull before. But I've seen friends hit like 2 5-stars in one pull in different banners. The same friend. And I'm like, oh, okay. When will it be my turn? When is it my turn? When do I get that? I haven't been keeping up with gacha games though, because they're pretty time consuming for me currently, and I'm just not interested in reading, I suppose. Yeah. In the future though, I will get back into a gacha potentially. Or I'm just in the mood. I get back into, like, when GBF has free rolls, I always go back to GBF, and then sometimes I do some events. And then sometimes I go really, really hard at grinding because I'm back. And then that's only for GBF. I think I sometimes go back to Cookie Run, but currently I am thankfully off Cookie Run. Cookie Run, this may come as a surprise. I think I spent more money on Cookie Run than I have for most gacha games that I play. It's probably in my top 3 of most spent on a gacha game. And it includes, like, Cookie Run Oven Break and Cookie Run Kingdoms. I don't know why I spent so much money on Oven Break, but I spent a lot of money on Oven Break. Crazy amount of money on Oven Break. Just don't know why. And I just spent a fair... I don't know. Cookie Run Kingdoms does a really, really good job of showing you bundles and deals. And I am nothing but a consumer. And it's like 99 cents, $4.99. You get all this. And then they have a thing where it's like 90% off bundle deal. You get 200% value. And I'm like, dang, that's 200% value. I got it. Yeah, so I just always spend. What a deal! I'm $5 poorer than I was, but at least I have this 900% value bundle. How did my luck with GBS Summer Fortune go? My Summer Fortune luck was actually good. I won a spark. And I got 2 grands from the lotto, I think. And then I was like, whoa, finally, some happiness. And then they took it away because everyone was angry. Drawing. Will Gigi finish a drawing in this time? It's really hard drawing something from scratch. Guys, I swear, I draw better if I'm coloring. I don't have to think while coloring. Next question. Some of these questions I feel like I don't have to put on the screen because they're really short. If we had a truck, what would I put in it? I don't know, a case of water, maybe? Can I play any instruments? I can play the recorder. I used to be able to play the clarinet. But it's been a long time, so I don't think I can play a clarinet anymore. What are Gigi's top 3 favorite cookies? I like chocolate chip cookies a lot. And I like oatmeal raisin cookies a lot. I know, the duality. I just love the taste of oatmeal raisin and the way the texture, the way it crumbles in your mouth and it's like a little dry. I like it. I like the texture. Oh, and I love sugar cookies that you get from the grocery store with all the frosting on top. I love the texture of sugar cookies. And they taste... The texture is kind of like... sand. Yeah. Very unappetizing, I know, but I like the texture. Hi, Gigi, loving your streams. What role you play in League of Legends? What your mains are? When I seriously played League of Legends, I was a bot lane main. Which means ADC or support. I think ADC has always been a role that sucks though, because you go in and you can't be in the fight or you get exploded, but then you go in to help your team and you get exploded, and then you keep a good distance away from the team fight so you can go in and clean up, and then you get exploded, and so that is the ADC role. What? The last time I seriously played League of Legends was like, dare I say, season 3. That was the last time I was seriously playing League of Legends. So... I don't know what's going on in current day legal. Sometimes I log in and I play and I'm like, what do these items do? Also, a lot of MOBA gameplay, like how good you are at the game also correlates to how much knowledge you have of the game. And that's a really difficult thing, like going into League of Legends in this day and age, is that they've added a lot more different mechanics and a lot different more champions. So if and they changed a lot of champions too, right? So if I'm playing against a lane, I don't know what these new champions do. So I generally don't know the matchup, which is basically the entire game. You lose lane because you don't know the matchup. So every time I play, I'm like, I don't know what's going on. What does this champion do? Why is she poking me from over here? What is her range? What is she doing? What does her ult do? I have recently been getting into TFT though. I really like TFT. I started this season playing TFT. I haven't been playing recently because of all the work. But this goes back to me wanting to stream filler stuff, and is why I first brought up Twitch a couple days ago, being like, oh, if I played TFT, I would probably play on Twitch, because in my head, obviously you guys can tell me if you think differently, because this is just my perception of YouTube versus Twitch, is that playing TFT on YouTube sounds unappealing to me. It's like you go into my live history. No, I'm in Teamfight Tactics! It's an auto battler chess! And just imagine, because I'm like having a low brain day, and I have multiple low brain days in a row, and you just see 3 TFT streams in a row. I think majority of the people don't know what TFT is. And you guys are like, no, I know what TFT is. Okay, but what about the other 80% of the people that are just randomly going into my stream? Will they know what's going on? TFT is incredibly hard to watch if you don't know what's going on. I would say that it's just not very engaging if you just don't know what's happening. But that's why I was like, ooh, if I play TFT, at least if I play on Twitch, then I can go directly into the TFT category. And then people that want to watch TFT who have never heard of, you know, or have watched hololive before, they can get interested. And that's like another way to put us out there through the category. And just the idea of being a TFT streamer on YouTube, it baffles me. Because how do you find those streamers if you never heard of them before? So that was my point of view when it comes to like playing TFT on YouTube. And then it comes back to posting VODs, is that I can't guarantee that I'm gonna play long hours of TFT. Sometimes I just want to go live and maybe play one game of TFT, which is 40 minutes. And now I'm imagining my YouTube video feed, right? So you have my cover, you have my lore video, and then you have 50 VODs of TFT. And that also sounds incredibly unappealing to me. So it's like the thought of putting 50 TFT VODs and then one random cover in the middle of it. I'm like, ew. So that is why that's my POV. Yeah. On just to Twitch versus YouTube and archiving those VODs. Yeah. And I don't know. It's just like Twitch, you know, not my main audience, and I'm just getting audience of people that like TFT, because I guarantee you the only MOBA, I mean the only esports, I don't know if I call it esports, the only esports-ish game that I'm interested in currently is TFT. I could unlist them? That's true. I could unlist them and put them in a playlist. I asked about a VOD channel, but they said not right now. It wasn't a no, but it was a not currently. So it was something that I asked about when considering it, and they're just like, oh, just ask later. Don't know when later is, but it's something that I can't. It is another thing that I've considered. Thank you for the idea, though. I didn't think about unlisting and putting it on a playlist. I think that is a really, really good idea. Of putting TFT VODs in an unlisted playlist. Yeah. So, I'm happy that I brought it up because I would not have come to that conclusion by myself. And that's why I bring things up to be transparent. So you guys know what's going on in my mind and why I decide to do things. And then you go, oh, but you're overlooking this thing. And then I'm like, oh, you're right. That is something I overlooked. So thank you, guys. TFT streams are happening. I may do a TFT stream on YouTube this week just for like a gorilla stream. And just it's like something you put on the background while I'm yapping or like very low energy yapping. And TFT is like Cocomelon. It's like baby Cocomelon. You put things on the board, you watch them fight each other, and your brain becomes completely smooth and you're like, ah, so my units are fighting each other. We are waiting to see if we can play Maple Story. I think one of us asked. So that can also be a grind stream in the future. Also, want to mention that it was only TFT that I wanted to stream on Twitch. So if I was streaming Maple Story, I'd do it on YouTube. But I don't know, there's something about TFT that I'm like, ugh. Does anyone care about this? Yeah. What is... TFT is Teamfight Tactics! This League of Legends Auto Battler! You have to... I can't even explain it. The only reason I got into it is because I brute forced myself playing it for a week, and then I went, oh, I recognize what I have to build now. It's like... It's gambling. TFT is gambling. I've only played this current set. I've never played before this current set. I heard this set is like not as good as the other sets, but I think the aesthetic is really nice. And because I'm like just learning this set, they went through a bunch of different metas, like the reroll meta, and then the patch dropped, and then it was like a fast 8, fast 9 meta. So I was able to learn both of those rolling strats to a beginner degree. Yeah, I don't know what the current is because I haven't played for a few months. I like the game, but it takes a lot of my brain power. When I play TFT, I have to play with the wikis on the side. I'm not good enough yet to just like go on the fly. I have to look at the wikis and I have to look at the percentages on what to build and what the vis is and what the secondary vises are and what items are. To be honest, while you don't know this game makes me interested in you playing it. Oh, thank you! You guys can learn! Maple Story Part 42, yapping while grinding. Yeah, Maple Story. 40 YouTube VODs of Maple Story grinding. Alright, what is the next question? Oh, I just realized we went on this tangent because of the League of Legends question. What kind of games do you plan to play on stream? And what kind of games would you never play? So this is like a continued answer from me saying that I want to play a serious game. Hold on, water. Yeah. I want to play an RPG on stream. There'll probably be... I'll play one until I finish one. I'll at least have one ongoing most of the times. Alongside, like, one-off games that can be finished in a single stream. But I guess my content that I usually won't stream are horror games. I don't know. I know horror games are like, ooh, you should stream this game because everyone's playing it. And it's like the horror game of the month. But I hate horror games. I don't like them. I don't like the concept of having anxiety and then getting scared. I'm not into it. But I will do horror collabs when people ask because I am, you know, I don't want to be like the kind of person that says no to my senpais asking for things because of just something that doesn't really matter, you know? Like, I don't want to be a difficult person. And also, I do think that horror games they're fun sometimes to watch. And I know that my screaming sounds like a person dying under a bridge. I'm aware of how I play horror games, okay? That I'm sure they'll be fun for people to watch. So, if it's a collab, I will say yes to them. But single-player horror games, I don't tend to play just because I don't like them. And I get scared off of games that aren't even horror. I scream at games that aren't even horror. Yeah. Recommend seeing him play horror games offline to see if I can handle it. I don't know. I don't even know if I want to do that. There's this game. I forgot what it's called. Arrival? Was it called Arrival? It was kind of like a roguelike shooter game where there's a plot line going on. And then you would go into your house every few... Returnal? Was it Returnal? Where you go into your house every few runs. And then when you go into your house, the POV gets so creepy and scary. And I just know, like, oh my god, I can't play this. I can't play it suddenly. It was just so terrifying to me. It's so scary. So that was a scary game to me. Arrival was a great movie though. I agree. I like that movie. Hand trap. Jaw. Things on Gigi's wrist. Have to draw. I never finished Returnal. I think I played a third of it, maybe? And I despised every moment of being in that house because it was really scary and terrifying. What's my ringtone? Default? Default Apple ringtone? I think Apple does a great job at creating default ringtones that make you feel like you are going to die. It's really, really good at waking me up and getting scared. It goes off, I'm like, what's going on? Good night, Kirby super fan. Thank you for the super. Thanks for listening to me talk about Teen Wolf. Who takes their phone off vibrate? I need my phone on ringer or I lose it really easily. I lose things pretty frequently in my room. So, any help that I can possibly get to ensure that I don't lose something. Oh, that reminds me. You guys want to hear what the car horn sounds like at 100%? I turned it down for you guys because I cared. But I'll show you what the car horn sounds like at 100%. Okay, guys. Say honk. Oh, God. Say honk. So this is what I was hearing. I'm stopping! No more honking! So that's what I was hearing at 100%. During the monetization stream. I turned it down a lot for you guys, but I was listening. So my problem was I was playing the instrumentals through OBS. Because it just made sense to play them through OBS. Like, I directly put the instrumentals in OBS to control the volume of them on your guys' side, and then the honking was coming through my desktop audio. But for some reason, I couldn't have the playback of the instrumentals very loud. I didn't know what it was tied to, but it was either I turned the honking down on my side through like my system volume controls, but then it would make the instrumentals so much lower than they already were. It was already really, really low at the max playback volume. And I was like, okay, I either listen to the honking at 100% or I don't hear the instrumentals at all. So, that's what we got. That's how we ended up. It's okay, it was fun. I enjoyed it. It was really silly. Silly times. Yeah, when it comes to like event streams like that, I just want to try and make it as memorable for you guys as possible. Memorable for me. My philosophy when creating things is like, I want to create something that's interactive and you will remember, like you are a part of the journey. So that's why I had like a little car journey, because you're like, oh, I was there. I remember when we got stuck in traffic. It's like a little scenario being put into a scene and then remembering it as a trip. Yeah. And in the future, I hope to create more scenarios where you can remember them. It's the role player in me. The role player in me that wants to create scenarios where you can also kind of roleplay too. And then you feel involved. Okay. What is the next question? What's my favorite time of year? I do like fall. I think fall is a nice in-between of not too cold, not too hot. This is a cheesy question. Do you like cheese? Of course I like cheese. Yummy. Can you teach us the anatomy of Gremlins and Popos? Okay, let's put this on the screen. I know I don't have an actual reference of Grems right now because I just drew them on a whim. I would say you guys are kind of... You're like squishy lizard-like. Like, I could draw you like this and it would make sense. So you guys are just kind of squishy and tube-like in shape. And then you have markings on your back. And you can have as many legs as you want. Like, if you want more legs, you can have more legs. Here, you can have more legs here too. Now you guys look like you have udders. It's fine. Legs. markings like this. And your tail is the same as my tail. Oh, okay. Like this. You know, Grems are however you want to envision yourself. But here's the basic anatomy. I mean, this isn't a basic Grem. This is just a Grem that has evolved into being this. Like this. Yeah. How do you guys feel? Kind of like a camel right now. You can put a saddle right here. Can you eat them? That's you. If you want to eat them, I'm not one to stop you. You can be eaten, I suppose. I would not stop you from wanting to eat yourself or other Grems. It is your own society. Like that. Yeah, like that. Grems are however you want them to be. I am not here to stop you. Let your let your creativity guide you. Yes, your creativity. And then Popo is just a bird. Here's Popo. He's very round. The important thing is to note that he is chunkier on the bottom. Like that. And then his facial markings are like this. So this is him squished down. But he has very, very strong talent. As Kakapos do. A really itty-bitty tail. And then, you know, birds can stretch too. As birds do. That's just a bird. Yeah, it's a chunky bird. Okay. Let's see. What is your favorite ice cream flavor? I don't know. I like refreshing flavors, and I like chocolate sometimes. It depends on what mood I am. Right now, I don't know. I do like... I'm thinking. Are the questions supposed to be on screen? I'm reading them out loud right now. But I suppose they are not on screen currently. Yo, 1 second. I'll put them on screen when I put them back on screen. I like decadent flavors when I'm craving something decadent. And then I also like fruity flavors. Right now, I've been kind of craving... This is one of my favorite fruits, guys. Be open-minded. I've been craving durian. And I like durian ice cream. And I like durian flavored smoothies and stuff. And because it's not common, I usually seek out durian if I go outside. And then I also like black sesame flavor. Yeah! Durian's really yummy! I would say it is an acquired taste though. You didn't have it forced to you. The chances of you liking durian probably is lower. But it's like... it's just a really, really creamy fruit. I don't like warm durian though. I don't like warm durian desserts. I prefer cold durian. Can't get past the smell. Yeah, there's a reason you're not supposed to bring them on buses and planes and stuff. Because it is a very, very strong smell. But I like it. I like durian flavor. Let me see. Pretty mild in flavor. It is kind of mild. It's strong in the sense that you're not gonna get it out of your mouth. But honestly, when you're eating it, it's like just a sweet, mild fruit. If you get it, I would suggest trying to get it fresh for the first time. I've had very terrible artificial durian taste, and if you have a very terrible first time eating durian, you're probably never gonna like it. So, if you're just like a little curious, I would try getting it in, I don't know, in the form of something else, like in a potentially with something else, in some other frozen dessert maybe, or just get it fresh. Am I a natto enjoyer? I've had it. I don't particularly like it. Now that texture I can't get behind. Here's one. Sorry, guys, for not showing you these questions on screen, but I didn't have them on screen very often, so I think it's fine. Here's on screen now! Mentioned tearing Bandori. Who's your Oshi group? And my favorite character is Aya. And my favorite group when I was playing was Pastel Palette. And my name when I was playing Bandori. Yeah, it's not my name anymore. Maybe it is, but I've since stopped playing, and it was just my display name on Bandori was was Aya's feet. So, that was my name when playing Bandori. Yeah, it's because I don't know. I think I was matching my friend whose name was Lisa's Toes because Lisa has a card with her toes out, and I was like, my turn. My turn. Aya's feet. Yeah. So there is some lore. Some lore on Bandori. Lisa has a really nice summer card. She's like in a tube and her toes are just out. I think Lisa's a really good character too. Haven't seen the new Lisa card? Are her toes out again? Hey, she's putting her toes out in a lot of those cards. She got her dogs out? I think this has more to say about Lisa than anything else. There's this one. You you remember what was your very first video game you ever played? This is unfortunately a no. I don't... I think my earliest memory of video games is probably MapleStory. Probably. I do distinctly remember playing Tales of Symphonia 2 on the GameCube phone. And then some memory of GameCube games of that I played, but I can't quite remember the very first game I played. Not even one? Yeah, I started with 2. I played Symphonia 2 and I've never played 1. So long ago though. Henny Ho, wait. Oh, you bet. I was a Henny Ho on MapleStory. Where are my toes at? What do my shoes look like? Looks down? Hold on, guys. I'm looking at my toes right now. Okay. Put this here. We're gonna finish this, at least. We're finishing this. Instead of... We're not yapping. I'm finishing the shoes. Shh. Very serious that we finish these shoes, at least. Very meticulous. Giving surgery to her feet. And this? And then our little grippers. Our little toe grippers. Bow, 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 bow. Okay. Good enough for now. The little grippers. Damn it. Okay. Fill this in. Yeah, you have to be careful with MS Paint. Alright, what are the next? With Ace Attorney series changing your life so profoundly, need to know your absolute favorite character is out of all the games. That's a hard question. Can we get one? I don't know. I don't know if I have a singular one. I think... When I first started playing Ace Attorney, I started with 4. And I really liked... Really enjoy Trucy, but I think they definitely sidelined her in the future game, which is really depressing. Trucy was so cute, and then you get to game 5 and 6 and you're like, she doesn't even exist anymore. It's just like, whatever, she's a side character now. And you're like, okay. I love Sholmes. I think Sholmes is so funny. I like Kazuma too. These are all from the great Ace Attorney. This is the most recent Ace Attorney I played. And I liked it a lot. And then... Just... Okay. And then I like Maya. I think Ace Attorney does a really good job at writing their woman cast. It's amazing. I love every single one of them. All the main cast, they're just so cute. Thinking. I don't know. I like all of them. That's what makes Ace Attorney so good, is that they make really endearing characters, and even though if they're villains, they're just really goofy and quirky. And I have fun watching the villain breakdowns. And the next question. Meal. How many hours of sleep do you get per day? You don't want to know. It varies. Sometimes I sleep a lot right until my stream, and then sometimes I don't sleep at all. I don't know. When I put out my daily doodle goodnight tweet, that's just me going, I'm clocked out from my computer right now, and I'm gonna lay down and try and sleep. And sometimes I go to bed immediately after, and then sometimes I'm not. I do my best though. I really try to sleep. I lay down, and sometimes it just doesn't happen. Yeah, and then I wake up and I'm like, oh no, hope I'm not late for anything. I just like laying down. I like sleeping. And my favorite hobby is probably sleeping. I don't know why. Probably because when you're asleep, nothing happens. And you time skip. And you don't have to think. Sounds kind of depressing. What? I love sleeping. I love sleeping. Okay. I'm trying to... What color this? I don't have the colors though. That's the main problem with MS Paint is I don't have the colors for this. Do I just take a screenshot of myself right now? Cheese! Oh god. Ah! Okay. Dude, Gigi's on the screen! Now we color like this. Okay. Hopefully, I can just... Ah, awesome. Sometimes that doesn't work because there is randomly an open gap and suddenly your entire thing is full. Were you a natural born pro yapper? Did you practice your art over the years? Believe it or not, I don't know. I don't know. I don't think I'm a natural born yapper. When I am not streaming, I would say a lot of the time I am head empty. Which is like a contrast, but I guess it's like, oh, it's time to turn the brain off and not say anything and go... You know, it's like going non-verbal. I suppose yapping is just naturally coming to me right now. And then when I stop yapping, it's non-verbal time. I have taken the 16 personalities test in the past. I think most recently I took it this year, and I am still a INFP. If you are wondering, I am an INFP. So I do think I have the same, like, I'm more ambiverted than anything because I get high energy when I'm put into group situations. I do best in groups of 3s, I think. 3 is my preferred number because it gives you enough time, or like it gives you enough room to create a bond with the 2 people there, but it also gives you room to shut up and go non-verbal, and then they entertain each other. This is like in a new group setting. If I don't really know people, then a group of 3 is kind of peak for getting to know someone. Because you don't have to try and hold the conversation. And usually someone else will hold the conversation. But I know people are on the shy side, so I am pretty ambiverted in that I do want to get to know people, and I do try my best to put myself out there to be welcoming enough that someone is just like free to come into my DMs and say hi. Is what I'm hoping. I'm hoping I come across off as to my senpai. We're hoping. So it is a little different, you know, in the collabs where I'm like, and then you come into my DMs and I'm suddenly so much more formal. Because it goes back to being just really, I can't separate the fact that they are my senpais and I respect them a lot. I can't get over it. But hopefully with time, it'll relax a little bit. And you know, I don't have to be too formal. Cough like a baby at them? Only if they want. Only if they want me to cough like a baby. Except Cece. Cece doesn't get a say in the matter. I just cough like a baby without her consenting. She doesn't get a choice. But I will ask other people first. I'll be like, do you mind if do you want to hear me cough like a baby? And then I'll do it. I don't know. I think I have a pretty good baby cough. Maybe I don't. What did I think? Tongue completely out, spit flying everywhere, holding an iPad in my hand. And then the baby crying when she's like... And then baby laughing, or baby giggling, or... A baby coughing or baby laughing. Which one do you... Guys, which one do you think that was? Was that baby laughing or baby coughing? These impressions are on point, thank you. I worked really hard so I can get hired as the next baby on stage play. I'm submitting my audition to everywhere I can so I can be the next baby held by a mother. on the big stage. One day I'll get there. Live action baby. Yeah, they call me the boss baby. There is some on this side. It would be the mother? Well, Rara already offered herself. Well, she did say I was a little too old. Don't know why. Didn't know we had to put an age limit on such things. What happened to love? What happened to compassion? What happened to peace, love on planet Earth? We could have all those things and more! Next question. I was wondering a bit about Popo. How did we meet? Have you had Popo since he was a baby? Yes, the answer is yes. I found Popo when he was a little baby and I was a little Gigi. And he's been with me ever since. We are best friends. Me and Popo are besties for life. We were trying to think of a way to include him in the very beginning lore video, but as I said before, we had time constraints. But I'm really in love with the end product of the lore video. We talked about it on trying to figure out where Popo could be placed in the video, but unfortunately, we just didn't have time. So in the future, when I am able to put out more kind of lore-centric things, I will try and have like an origin story. As a fellow monster enjoyer, who are your top 5 monsters? Well, I already told you guys I like werewolves. I know it's a basic answer, but I really like werewolves. Because of Team. I don't know. I like... If they're designed well and they give off the vibe, I think. I would have to see one. And then I'll be able to tell you. I'm not sure from the top of my head. So, probably like the ones that are kind of creepy. I don't know. In the future, if we come across a monster, I will point it out and tell you where they rank on my scale. And I'll be like, yeah, not bad. Yes, I like the Nerfallion because she's really big. And beautiful. How high does Aegislash rank? Aegislash isn't really a monster. Also, you guys are viewing it too one-dimensionally. It's not, oh, this Aegislash is so beautiful like a Gardevoir that I want to touch its blade kind of thing. No! It's the vibe! It's always about the vibes, guys! It's like, wow, what a beautiful enemies to lovers you could potentially have with this Aegislash. I told you guys it's always about the journey! It's the journey in the story. I just think the vibes of an Aegislash is like, dang, that is a very confident sword. Yeah. Looking. There's this one. You mentioned you played Ragnarok Online before. What job did you play? I always ended up playing as an alchemist. Because I just really liked setting up a shop and then making the homunculuses and watching them fight. I don't know. Something about them drew them to me. What other one? Oh, here's a question. Very good question. Since you're talking about gorilla streaming your past stream, I was wondering, what do you usually do after you end stream? Play more gacha games, I'm assuming? So there is a priority list of things Gigi has to do. The priority is as follows. Do I have a deadline? Do I have anything I plan? Do I have to respond to someone? I go down this list. And then usually when the answer is no, then it falls between one of two things. Am I tired? How am I feeling? Do I have dailies to do? And if no, depending on those three things, I lay down. and I lay down. Where does eating Fukono is? If I didn't eat before stream, I'll usually eat after stream. And then I'll lay down for sure. If I eat after stream, I'm definitely late. Yeah, gotta do those dailies. Unless I'm really not feeling doing the dailies, then I'll lay down. I finally got to 6.55 of Endwalker, so I'm really close to the beginning of Dawn Trail. But it was really hot in my room when I was playing it, so I gave up. I was was like, no, I don't want to do a duty right now. I want to lay down. So I lay down after that. But I'm nearing the beginning of Dawn Trail, and I'll slowly get through that off screen because genuinely, I got nothing good to say when I play Final Fantasy. I mean, I have nothing of substance to say because I'm playing the game. I'm like completely head empty. That was how I was going through 6.5, and I was just staring blankly, very vaguely reading, clicking forward, and going, oh, okay. Yeah. And then, I don't know. There is one tweet that I saw, which I thought was so funny. Let me try and see if I can find it. I'm gonna read it out loud. I think it's safe to read out loud. It's like a shitpost tweet. I thought it was... I saw it yesterday. And... Says, I love Buckle Jaja so much I drew him being milked. And then someone quote retweet this picture and says, haven't finished the Endwalker patch content, so this is what I know about Dawn Trail so far. And I'm like, I don't know. I haven't played Dawn Trail either, so this is all I know about Dawn Trail. And the drawing is like this MS Paint drawing of the creature with things attached to him, and it's so goofy. Yeah, so that is the meme I saw yesterday. I'm like, wow, I really don't know what's going on in Dawn Trail other than supposedly people want to, I guess, do things to this creature. The quote retweet was really so funny. If you see it, feel free to, I don't know. Oh, I don't know if I should encourage this. Maybe not. I don't think it's explicit. I think it's like a goofy drawing. He's like laying down like this. And then you can imagine. It's good. It's on this post subreddit. Okay, you guys can find it yourself. I didn't draw it in detail. It's okay, guys. Just use your imagination to finish it. I think it's a meme too. I think it's a funny meme. Good meme, guys. Surely in jest. Surely you jest about wanting to do things to this creature. Huzzah, I say. Okay. What is the next question? Do I plan on playing DMC? I don't know. We'll see. You know, Gigi has a very long career in front of her in streaming. So, I'm sure I will have to play every game eventually. You know, at some point, I'm gonna have to play every single game in the world. So yeah, it's not off the table. There's just only so many games in the world. We're gonna have to play every single game. Yeah. Every game ever possible. Not a horror game, though. There's just not enough horror games that need to be... There's too many other games other than horror to be played. Even Flappy Bird, we gotta make our own version of that. Outlast opportunity? I watched someone play Outlast. Actually, there's a time where Outlast was given out for free. Don't know when. It was a while ago, but Outlast 2. No, 1. I think it was 1. It was given out for free. And when it was given out for free, I played a little bit of it. And it was so scary. And I did the tutorial, and when I got into, like... This is still the very beginning of the game. I think it took me 1 hour and 30 minutes to get here. But it was the tutorial text going, press these buttons to look behind you while running. And I was like, nah, I'm done. I'm out of here. It was that text. I remember it very vividly. Once I read the tooltip text, I was like, no. I am not playing this game anymore. I was like, why do I have to look behind me while running? I don't think I want to play this game anymore. So that is where I stopped playing Outlast. Took me 1 hour and 30 minutes to get to that tooltip because I was so scared. And then I stopped playing. And then I watched someone else play, which I thought the game was kind of goofy, but I don't like the concept of getting jump scared. I have my eye on ZZZ, but I haven't gotten around to downloading it yet. I think my biggest barrier of entry for gacha games is downloading them and waiting for it. You know, when you're laying in bed and you download a gacha game and you have to wait for the download to finish and you don't have another device on you, so you're just staring at the screen while it downloads like 10 gigabytes of data. And you're like, what do I do now? I can't go away from this. I have to stare at this before I can play it. And that is what stops me, because I'm just laying there going, do I tab out? What am I gonna do? Just stare at this download? Yeah. I'm not against giving it a try. I just haven't gotten around to playing it yet. And also, I don't particularly like really long tutorials because I don't like reading gacha games. I try to read them, but most of the time I'm like, just get me to the polls, baby. It's gambling time. Daddy wants to poll on the gacha game. So that's my mindset when it comes to gacha games. Is that I want to poll on gacha game. Let's go gambling. And if it takes too long to get to the poll part of the gacha game, then my interest begins to wane. Yeah. Oh, dang it. $1 million or the 1% chance to... I'm sure you've seen that meme. What is... Do I have a favorite League of Legends? Thoughts on Vi. My favorite champion of League of Legends is Teemo. Never underestimate the power of the Scout's Code. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's gotta sting. Nice doesn't mean everything. Ha ha ha! Ha ha ha! Captain Teemo on duty! I love Teemo! Teemo's fun! Teemo's silly! Yeah! And then the global damage you do to people when playing Teemo, you're like, you want me so bad. You should watch me so bad when I play Teemo. There's this one. How can I become a great artist like you, and when did you start drawing your silly ideas? I've seen your drawings and they're so amazing. I especially like your BRB screen drawing. It's just so peak. Oh, thank you! I don't know. I've always been more of a shitpost artist than anything. I'm sure you can tell. Like, I like memes and I like drawing stupid things, and that makes me happy, and I think they're silly. I have pretty much always been drawing. I just doodle on the side, and then sometimes I draw actual things, but then I'm in the mindset of going, I hate drawing. Here's my greatest tip to you, though. If you want to become an actual artist, like you want to draw real things, you're interested in drawing and not my silly little... You know, if you're drawing shitposts, you can just start wherever. It's about the feeling. Like, if I saw stick figures, but the content was really funny, then you've already succeeded. That's what a shitpost did. So just pick up the pen and try to be funny on the internet. But if you're looking to be an actual artiste, my greatest advice to you is you have to be hyper-fixated on a piece of media. Like, so hyper-fixated on a piece of media that you want to objectify them on the daily. Trust me, I know many artists. I know many professional artists. That is the one tip they'll give you, is that they're like, oh, I just want to see my meow meow naked. That is the best advice I could possibly give you. And that's how you learn how to draw. Is that you have just this one creature that you're so obsessed with. You're like, I need to be fed one way or another, and the only person that's gonna feed myself. And that is how you get better at drawing. Trust me. Go to a convention, talk to any artist, and be like, you have a hyperfixation? What compels you to draw? And then sometimes they'll be very upfront with you, and they'll be like, my main passion in life is seeing my favorite character naked. And that's how you learn anatomy. It's very true. It is... I guarantee you. That is the truth. And then there comes a point in time... This is me speaking from the POV that I know a lot of people that have gone through the trials and tribulations. Is there's like a point in time where drawing becomes really difficult, that you're just crying when producing it, and you're like, how does this work? I'm no longer happy. Anatomy is hard, guys. Artists just want it to be over. They're just like, oh god, I don't know how this works. You've cried over drawing before? No! Drawing. Me too, don't worry. Yeah, so that is how you get into drawing. It's okay to have a hyperfixation. Your hyperfixation can fuel you into creating works of art. And unfortunately, this is an advice that I don't take either, is, guys, in order to get better at drawing, you have to draw. I hate it. It's like my least favorite fact in life is that if you want to get better at something, you have to do it. It sucks. It sucks so bad. I don't want to draw. I don't want to get better and do the thing. But unfortunately, it's true. So that's why if you have a hyperfixation, at least it makes the process a little funner. You know? You know what I mean? Yeah. So, keep going. I believe in you. Here Here's a question. What would you do if you were a beaver? I would be eating so good. I would be eating so good right now in the forest. There's a question that says, what's the most scary experience in your life? And I honestly would not be able to tell you. Not because I don't want to, but because I don't remember. Ah. Defense mechanism. Repression. I don't know. Beats me. Anyways, what is next? Here's this one. With the idol games you mentioned liking, what's one idol you aspire to be like? An inspiration, even if it's not one-to-one? All question, any creative muses, things that fill you with creative drive. I think... Wow, my idol is Nico! From Love Live! And that is what got me interested in the idol journey. I think mainly my inspiration when it comes to content creation, I don't know if I'm able to emulate it, but I hope one day I'm able to, is the things that inspire me mostly are when people do something really goofy and really silly, but for like something greater, you know? It's like they're drawing attention to something through a skit, or they're drawing attention to something through like a creative work or piece. And it's like kind of difficult goal to accomplish. But I really like media that evokes emotion and stuff. And then when it comes to streaming, my main philosophy when it comes to like actually streaming is that I am here and I just want to have a good time, and I hope other people are able to have a good time too and forget about things that are happening in their day-to-day. You know, because I'm sure once you don't have something to, I don't know, to distract yourself with, you're constantly thinking about your day-to-day, right? Like, if I wasn't yapping to you right now, filling your brains with things I'm yapping about, you'd be like, oh no, bills, taxes, life, going to work, like, boo! Yeah. So, that's why my main philosophy when it comes to, like, content creation on, like, a streaming scale is that I want to do things that are fun and silly and keep your mind off of things and yay, let's have fun together, yippee! So that's what I aspire to do. On a grander scale, I hope to one day be able to put out like content that evokes a certain feeling of emotion or something, but it is on a much grander scale, because there's like a lot of preparation and a lot of theory crafting on how to do this within constraints and stuff, and like how can I make this project come true, and how can I make my vision become something that can reach people with, you know, a lot of things going on. Yeah. I am drinking water right now. And I don't know. It's why I really look up to people who are able to like do a lot of things by themselves. Like, just circling back, this is like not streaming kind of inspirations. This is just like content creation in general kind of inspirations. Is that I really like Toby Fox, for instance, or Bo Burnham, who was able to create this masterful piece of 1 hour media, almost entire. I think entirely by himself. I'm like, dang, how do you have the creativity to film that? There's like a lot going on. Where they just like have a vision and they're very passionate about their vision, and then that inspires me to go, I one day want to be so passionate about something and make that vision come true. Yeah. And then there's this question. I try hard to wake up before Justice stream. What? Do you have any recommendations for how to get up effectively? Tea, coffee, energy drinks, water? No. I don't know. We're going to find out. We will find out this week. Because I have to wake up very, very, very early. I have to wake up early tomorrow, too. Yeah. I am scared of what will happen, but that is why I was very open with my tweet posting about my schedule, is that I genuinely don't know how this week is going to go because I haven't experienced it yet. So this is gonna be my experience with it. We're gonna find out how I can cope with waking up early. Because I gotta wake up early tomorrow for some other arrangement. And then we have the Justice Jams, which is kind of early. And then the 2 Japan Expo things are also quite early. And I'm really excited though. I'm really excited. I just hope that I'm not too low energy. I think I can be high energy. I'm really good at pretending that I'm awake. I just lose steam much faster. I'm just like, okay, I had my hour fill. I gotta go to bed. Yeah, but it'll be fun if you guys are gonna be at Japan Expo. Feel free to drop by the booth. I think we all have like a booth session, and our senpais have booth sessions too. And we have a panel. I don't have all the info because I don't really know where it's held. Maybe it was told to me and I don't remember. I probably just... I don't know. But if you check out the Twitter, I think the information is there. Yay! And my booth session is gonna be a dance party. Meaning we're going to karaoke. And sing and have fun. I am planning on doing probably an unarchived karaoke in the future. Just so, you know, you guys don't get left out too. I will do an unarchived karaoke around the time memberships open. I don't know yet. We're still planning. But I will have a karaoke session and we can also party time. Are you guys excited for memberships? For all our memberships to open? Thank you so much for supporting Justice! We appreciate it! It's gonna be so eepy! I have been holding them back, but I don't know, it's not a spoiler because it's like implied. It's very easily inferred that I have emotes obviously for membership and I've been holding them back for so long. I'm so excited for you guys to see the emotes. They're really, really cute. I want to show you them, but I can't. So you gotta wait. You will have to wait for the emotes. They're really, really cute emotes. I hope you like using them. I did not draw them. The emotes that I have for base, I commissioned, so they will not be drawn by me. I will draw emotes in the future that I feel like I want an expression, you know, I'm down to draw my own emotes later. I'll probably do it in a stream, being like, come join me, and me wanting to draw an emote. But right now, none of them are drawn by me. In the future, some of them might be drawn by me. Looking at what I have to color. Yeah! I don't know exactly when I'll be opening them, but soon. And then, carrot, TM. Just something for you guys to look forward to. Pretty fun to have MS Paint emotes. Just really brain empty MS Paint emotes. I can do them. I just need to... I don't know. I forgot exactly how YouTube emotes work. Or like how many slots you get. So maybe I will just put a bunch of placeholders and then fill them with MS Paint emotes. And then move them if I think they don't have use. We'll see when it happens. What is the next question? Hi, Gigi. I know you said you really like Paddington. What are some of your other favorite movies? I don't really remember what I watched. I don't know. I like sci-fi, and I do like cerebral movies. I like cerebral movies, I like emotional movies, I like coming-of-age movies. Yeah, I think coming-of-age movies are really good, especially when, you know... I don't know. I've seen Interstellar. I have not seen Spirit. I want to watch it one day because everyone who has seen Spirit are like, this was the most beautiful movie I've ever seen. And I'm like, okay. Actually, my friend told me they watched Spirit yesterday. And they're like, the horses were so beautiful. And I cried. And I'm like, okay. So I think I will watch it one day. I don't know. I don't like too depressing of movies. I like movies that have a resolution, kind of. Or, you know, I watched Arrival. I think that's bittersweet and not too depressing. I think movies where an animal dies in the end are too depressing for me. Like the very famous one where the dog is waiting forever. I don't know. I don't want to watch something just to be sad. I want to take something away from the movie, and if it's sad, I want it to be like bittersweet at most. Because I don't want to go on my day being upset. Why? Why do I want to be sad? I saw Momoko Senpai's had to watch along for that. I mean, it is a really emotional movie, but it's just not something I can watch. Otherwise, I'm just like, wow, my days. No! It's because stories stay with me for a really long time. So, it's not something that, you know, I watch one night and then I'm sad for the night. No, it's like, I watch it and then I'm upset. I'm just straight up upset. I don't want to be upset, so... Yeah. So, I avoid movies that are just sad in general, unless there's like some lesson to be taken from it, or there's like a lot of thought going into it. There is one coming of age film. What is it called? I don't know. I have to look for it. I'll bring it up next time so I can remember it. Oh, I remember. There's this film. It's a Japanese drama called Shoplifters. I won't spoil it, but it's like this coming of age film about this family who is in a, like, you know, they are very much molded by their financial status, but they're not bad people. Yeah, it's about shoplifters. And I thought it was a really good film. Give it a shot. It's been a long time since I watched it though, but I remember liking it. So those are the kind of films that I usually watch. I liked Minari, which is another coming of age film that I thought was good. Have I seen Parasite? I have seen Parasite. I like Parasite a lot, but I am also bad at suspense. So the entire last portion of Parasite, I was not looking at my screen. Like Fight Club! I watched Fight Club, but I had to look away from my screen most of it because it was too scary. I was like, no, don't punch each other. I don't want to see you guys punch each other. I don't like scenes where you're like kind of gory, but not. I guess it's gore. I don't like gory scenes, and I don't like watching like stabbings or someone getting sliced open because I'm like, oh my god, I can feel that. I can feel that happening to me, and it feels bad. Part of the suspense, I don't know. That's why I think slashers are my least favorite kind of movies, because the point of a slasher is the killing. And I think I've watched a few slashers where killing is the main thing and there's no plot. And then the entire time I'm like, so what was the point of this? And the point was the killing, which, I mean, I get, but I don't like it. It's just not my thing. I don't like watching how people die, I suppose. If you're gonna kill someone, I want some plot going on. No violence at all. I can watch things with violence in it. I just don't prefer them. You know? I will look away most of the time. And if the entire piece of media is centered around brutality, I think it's just not my genre. My cup of tea. Yeah. Let us... Okay. Which gacha game would you recommend for a first-time player who hates reading text? Oh, I don't know. Cookie Run Kingdom. Though I think you have to read with Cookie Run. I don't know. I don't know. I think you have to read. You're going to have to read. Will I stream more rhythm games in the future? Maybe. The answer is not no. The answer is, shaking my magic 8-ball. It is to be decided. There's this one. Why are you so good at games, Gigi? Tell me if there's anything that impressed you most in a game I played so far. wouldn't say that I am a solid gamer. I wouldn't say I'm like super good at things. I'm just really good at picking up mechanics and generally just picking up mechanics. What is, I guess, the main learning curve of a game? And I never really want to put in too much time to become really good at a game because I've done that before. Season 3 League of Legends. And I don't want to do it again. It's a lot. You're just a time. It's time constrained. You have to put so much time into becoming good at a game. Yeah. I think personally, if I were to judge my gaming skills, I'm just good at picking things up for the first time. And then, yeah, that's it. That's basically it. And it just comes with a lot of gaming and game sense, I suppose. So just never stop playing games and you'll find out that all games are essentially the same in different ways. Yeah, every game is the same. They all very vaguely have similar systems. You just need to figure out how they manipulated that system. I think PvP talk. I actually love XIV PVP. I think Final Fantasy XIV PVP, not what, like Frontlines. I think Frontlines is so fun. And you might not, if you've never tried it, I think you should try Frontlines. It's so infuriating. Not Crystalline Conflict. I love Frontlines because it is so trash. The thing with Frontlines is you're going against two other teams. It is absolute pure chaos. You're put onto like a 24-man one team, and you have to go against two other 24-man. And you have to capture a point and hold a point while fighting two other teams. But the thing is, you're playing with 23 other people, and those 23 other people have no idea what's going on, and you can try your absolute hardest, being like, guys, we have to attack this point that is unlocking right now. And then they'll be fighting first place, while second place is slowly creeping up in points. So you're fighting not only the other team, but you're fighting your team too. It's really funny. Just like, guys, what are you doing? Last place is getting a lot of points because we keep fighting this team. Stop fighting. If you've never tried it, I recommend going in with some friends because, you know, getting angry with friends, it's very low stakes. I think Frontlines is low stakes. If you take Frontlines a little too seriously, then maybe you should stop playing Frontlines. But if you go in with friends, just like, oh, let's just shoot the shit today, buddy. And then you have a good time, even if you get angry. Justice Frontlines collab when? I don't even know if Justice would play XIV. You think Rara would play XIV? There's a lot of text for her to skip. I think, I'm sure. I think Cece has said she played a little bit before. I don't know where she is exactly. And then I don't think Liz has played 14. But if she was asked to play, I'm sure she would be interested in the story. But I feel like getting them into an MMORPG with such high commitment, it would be a really long time before they got to the point where they want to try Frontlines. And Frontlines, as a new player experience, I also think if you haven't played an MMO before, and you get like wheedled into playing Frontlines on like your second week,
you're not gonna know what's going on, and maybe you come out of that experience hating the game a little more. Like, maybe you won't outwardly say it, but you're like, dang, I hate it. I never want to touch this game again! Yeah. Frontlines is definitely a thing you get into after you've been playing XIV for some time. What other questions are there? Oh, I don't know if there's any game that has mechanically impressed me. When I play games that impress me, it's usually for the story. I love story. I love lore. Mentioned that I like boba. Can I tell you my go-to boba order? I really like grapefruit drinks when I get fruit tea, and if I just got a regular milk tea, then probably oolong. I like oolong a lot. I also like jasmine. If I'm just getting regular tea, I think my favorite regular tea is chrysanthemum. Yeah. Someone asked, what's your favorite thing about being a gremlin? And then there's a picture of a very zoomed in ant. I think my favorite thing about being a gremlin is being a gremlin. Yippee! Here's this question. My question for you, if you do decide to play Maple Story with Rara, will you train the characters in Burning World first? I know how you feel about Legion, because I came back last year to work on it. I heard Burning World helped mitigate it a little. Ideally, I would like to start Maple Story when a burning event is going on, but of course, we are asking if we can play. That I don't know if the catch-up events are gonna be ongoing while when we get the chance to play. Oh, thank you, Liz Jr. for the Akasupa. I appreciate it. We will see. It all depends on timing, on when we get to play and when other people feel like playing. But hopefully, we are able to start if there is an ongoing event at the time. Very much hoping. Here's another question. What's your sense of fashion like? What kind of trip could we expect to see out of eventual alternate outfits? Also, what kind of alternate hairstyles would you like to have? I don't know. That's a really tough question. If I'm thinking of how to dress myself up for all of you guys to see, so difficult. Oh no. I don't know. I do eventually want a hair down option. I want to see how it moves with the hair down. What? If I'm just lounging around, I like big, oversized, comfy t-shirts, and I hate wearing pants. Yeah, so that is Gigi's day-to-day. And then I don't know how I would dress Gigi up for everyone to see. Come back later. It'll eventually happen. I love your Poison energy. I am thinking about buying more Gigi standees to make a summoning circle. Does the power level of the circle scale infinitely, or is there a maximum? If there is a maximum, how many standees should I buy? It scales infinitely, but don't buy more than is responsible. Yeah, bad pants! Of course, high fructose corn syrup. Be you can buy as many that makes you happy, but only responsibly. Never buy irresponsibly. I don't want to put someone in the position where they can't afford to get boba. If the option is between should I treat myself and get boba today, or should I buy a standee? I think my answer to you is probably get boba. So, yeah, that's my wisdom. That's my wisdom to you. Yeah. Okay. We're almost done. How many planes have I crashed? We just don't know. How do you know that I've done anything? I've done nothing wrong. What if you don't like boba? Then get a little treat that you do like. There is so many little treats that you could get for yourself. It's not just limited to boba. You could get a cup of coffee. You could get fast food. You could get sushi. You can get a nice steak. You could get chips. There's so many little snacks you could get yourself and be happy. What is the next one? Miku? Yes. Who's my favorite Scion and why is it Graha? Unfortunately, it's not Graha, it's Alphino. My bad. About my tail, can it grab things? Yes, if you watched the very beginning or teaser trailer, I was sitting on my tail. The tail can grab things. It can do cool stuff. Here's my boba money. No! Take it back! Get yourself a boba! Please. If you are not enjoying yourself with a boba, how will you live? Congratulations on 1 million views on Above Below. Yippee! We hit 1 million on Above Below. Scream Above Below. We talked about it in our first Justice collab that we did after debut about how it went, but we actually, when we were in the Far East together, we recorded the song there. And it was a really cool experience. I've never had the experience of being in like a professional booth before, so that was completely new to me. And dang, the booths that they put you in, those are soundproof. I could have guessed that they were soundproof, but being in it is completely different. They are soundproof. Yeah, they sure are very soundproof. I had a lot of fun though. Seeing the people who are working on it recording it in real time. I don't know what it's called. The sound engineer, I'm guessing. I don't know music terms or their music jobs. I'm sorry. But the sound engineer, I'm supposing, it was really cool watching them record the tracks and split them really quickly and then go through the multiple tracks and show you them isolated all at once. It is really amazing. And I was like, wow, they're so cool. The way that they split the tracks so you can hear your part, or they take away a part and then they show you an isolated part and they're like, oh, this is how you do it, and then here we'll play it with this in the background, and they do it in a second. It's crazy. So watching them do that was an awesome experience. While we were in the Far East, did we hit up any cool stores like electronics, clothes, toys, or anime goods? And if so, what did you get? I think we did a lot of miscellaneous shopping. And I personally spent a lot of time in arcades. I don't know. It's probably because I have some kind of gambling addiction or something, but I love crane machines. Crane machines are so fun. And I got way more plushies than I should have, because it was a little scary trying to figure out how I was gonna get everything home. But it had a lot of fun. Okay, I think this piece of art is mostly done. So I'm just gonna go through the questions really quickly and then drop you off somewhere. Is Shiori still streaming? I saw that she started an hour ago. Probably where I would leave you guys. Shiori ended? Oh no. Okay. I think Day Senpai has a stream in 30 minutes. I think so. So I will try and redirect there. Okay. Let's finish the shoes and then we'll quickly go through the questions. I know all of Advent are working really, really hard right now, and I'm so excited to see what they have cooking. Everyone give Shiori so much love! It is really inspiring to see how hard they're working every single day. So they're very, very busy. They are cooking. They're cooking something. Who knows? No spoilers. They're cooking. Even I don't know. I have no idea what's going on. It's gonna be a surprise for me too. Okay. So let's just finish this detail real quick. Asho! Good enough. I missed some details. Whatever. I'm not gonna put them on screen because I'm just gonna very quickly go through them off of just scrolling through. I curious about your plans for singing as an idol. Are there any songs you hope to cover? There is one song that I really, really, really want to cover. I wanted it to be my first song, but we had to wait because I don't know. I don't know if I should say it because I don't know if I'll be able to sing it. Just know there is one. I'll just say it. I think I can karaoke it one day. The one song that I want to cover is G by Girls' Generation. I want to cover that song so bad because it makes sense. It just makes so much sense to cover G by Girls' Generation. I wanted it to be my first song. We couldn't make it my first song, but I hope that I can cover it in the future. It fits! It so totally fits! G, baby. I love that song. Yeah. So, I hope we can sing G. It fits because G. And then if I got R, obviously we have to get the iconic jeans. G real? G. Do I have any favorite dynamics in media? I do. I love found family. Found family is one of my favorite dynamics in general media because, you know, your bloodline isn't what makes you, and seeing people go through the adventurous journey and find people along the way that they love, I think found family is beautiful. So yeah, found family is one of my favorite general things in media. Never thought I'd see S4 League mentioned again. One of my favorite things / memories about S4 League, just playing S4 League in general. I think one of my most blatant memories of S4 League is that because I played S4 League so much, there was this swimsuit set that a lot of people had, and it was permanent. It was on a permanent sale. But during my time of playing S4 League, I didn't have an income. So I saved lots and lots of money to buy that permanent swimsuit set, which I think was $90 at the time. And it was worth it! And then, yeah. I don't remember why I stopped playing S4 League. Probably just fell off playing S4 League. I liked melee-only chaser game mode. That's what I remember most. What motivates me to start enjoying keep drawing? Just putting silly stuff out and having you guys see silly stuff makes me happy when I'm drawing ship posts. If I'm drawing like personal stuff, then my delusions. I think the delusions are what motivates me to draw and keep drawing. So yeah, if I'm drawing something in post, I'm like, I want to draw a silly thing. If I'm drawing something just for myself, then I just have to be delusional. What's my favorite game genre? Kind of difficult. I'll talk about not this question. I think when I talk about game genres that I don't like, I always say like, oh, I don't really care for turn-based games. But the funny thing about this statement is that a lot of the games that I really enjoy are turn-based. So it doesn't make sense. But as a concept of a turn-based game, I think about a turn-based game and I don't want to play one. But then I play a turn-based game and I'm like, I really enjoyed this turn-based game and I like this turn-based game a lot. Like, Octopath Traveler is a turn-based game. I love playing that game. I can't say much about the story, but I love playing that game. The turn-based was really great. Persona had decent enough turn-based. I like the turn-based. I like thinking ahead of time on how to beat a difficult enemy. And then, but if asked, I always default, I don't know. I don't know if I like turn-based, but F-Go was turn-based. GBF was turn-based. So there is kind of a common theme going on here of turn-based games. Have I played Gigi 3? I have not. It is the game that I unfortunately haven't gotten around to playing, even though I know how beloved it is. I have played Divinity Original Sin 2 though, which I know is vaguely similar in combat, and I put a lot of hours into it. I just haven't had the time to sit down and play Baldur's Gate, because it is a big time commitment. Let me see. Who would win in a fight, me or Cece? I talked about this before, but Cece is pathetic and she has no arm strength. And I easily beat her in an arm wrestling competition that she initiated. I didn't want to. She was like, "Why? Are you afraid?" And I'm like, "Yes." And then I arm wrestled her, and I'm like, "You're pathetic." So that is how it goes. Yay! Ever considered playing Xenoblade Chronicles? I have considered. Just haven't gotten around to it. Reading through. Fauna's Dungeon got me thinking, if you could change classes from Chaser to anything else, which class would you like to change to and why? I really enjoyed being a clown. thank you, Fauna, for giving me the experience to be a clown. I think the fact that I have 5 misses and 1 gigantic nuke is hilarious. And if we were to put, you know, other modifiers in where I had skills and stuff, where I taunt them because I'm being an asshole, that's great. Yeah, that was awesome. Can you borrow my gauntlets? Just need them for something real quick. Yeah. Of course, go ahead. Will I be playing Elden Ring and more 7 Days to Die? 7 Days to Die is a maybe. You know, if we are looking for games to put back on the schedule, we have to at least make it to 7 days, right? And then Elden Ring is also a maybe. When I get into the mood. If I get into the mood, I'll maybe play Elden Ring. Have I played any of the Persona games? I played 3 portable, 4 and 5. Or the 3 is my favorite. I will maybe one day, if Female MC gets DLC added, I would maybe play the remake of 3. But until then, I'm just waiting. Did I play MapleStory 2? Yes. I was day 1, MapleStory 2, spent $100 on the Founders Pack for the stupid little cat outfit. And then I was sad when it got shut down, but it was... I guess it was understandable. I fell off playing it after like a month of hardcore playing MapleStory 2. But I think they had some flaws in their endgame and dungeon system. Especially with how they did, I guess, item level. The way they did item level in that game and how they did the dungeons. So, it felt bad for endgame longevity. But I think MapleStory 2 was so good at the social aspect. And I really loved, like, getting trophies and going on the leaderboard for just collecting trophies. And I love that you can, like, custom put outfits in and make your own outfits. And I think MapleStory 2, its launch was around when Luna was really big. So I would just walk around the world and I would see so many Luna scans and their homes. Do I ever hoard consumables in games? Yes. Always. I always hoard consumables in games. Luna mentioned? Scan Luna. You can do it. I just always feel like if I use an item, then what if I need it later? Yeah. And then... Okay. I will let you guys know of my plans. And what? Before I go, I want to say thank you for spending time with me today. Thank you for chatting with me and listening to me yap session. I just been yapping. Thank you guys for the supas. I really appreciate it. There's one. There is one comment that I was saving for the end that was posted on my community post. It is anything you want or expect for the Gremlin community now and when membership arrives. And what I expect from you is nothing. And not in a negative way. You guys being here and supporting me and supporting Justice is already so much support enough. I really appreciate it. It is a little hard for me to... I don't know. I'm the kind that... It's... Accepting money is always a little difficult for me. But I really appreciate the support. Right? And, I'm really grateful to have you guys just here hanging out and spending time with me and spending time with Justice and just supporting my activities and being a part of this journey with me. You know, feel free to donate if you have, like, if you want to. Never feel obligated to give me money, please. Please do not feel obligated to give me money, and please, if it puts you in a negative situation, please do not give me money. Because I would feel worse. I would feel really bad. Thank you, Taggart, again for the Akatsuba. I appreciate it. But only responsibly. Yes, only responsibly give me money. And yes, just never feel like you have to, but I do appreciate it. And I don't want... I don't know. It's difficult for me, right? So I don't know how to word this. It's just I have, you know, I grew up without, humbly, I guess, right? Growing up, I didn't have much money, and then eventually it became a comfortable part. Like I became comfortable, but like, you know, just getting by and not really having to worry. So I will definitely, it's like the funds are helping me continue to live, and I want to put back money into projects just to have a standard of living. But I want people that aren't able, like, just because you don't have the funds to donate or like you don't have money to do things, please don't feel bad. I don't want people that don't have money to feel like they're less, because you're not. You are not less just because you're not able to support me in a certain way. And just having you around, you know, as long as you like engage in, oh, watching streams or just replying to my posts, every little bit of support is awesome. All grams are equal, yes. I appreciate however you choose to show your support, and it makes me happy just having you around. So, thank you guys! Thank you! Yeah, I just wanted to put it out there, please. If you feel like, oh, I can't afford a membership this month and I feel awful and terrible. No, I would rather you focus on your own personal life, right? Because if you're, like, sacrificing something in your personal life and your quality of life has gone down just because you want to support me, then what was the point? I would feel terrible. You're feeling terrible too because your quality of life has gone down. So only support me where you're able, and just watching streams is enough for me. But thank you. I really appreciate it. Thank you for everything. Thank you. I will have a proper super chat reading in the future when there's pocket of time, maybe next week, so I can properly thank everyone. Thank you. And let us... Yeah, it's something that I wanted to bring up because I know it's like kind of I don't want to say like a privilege, but it is kind of a privilege to have extra funds to be able to do certain things like this. And having been in situations before where I was lesser and without, I would much rather you take that money to make your quality of life better. So, you know, you have the energy to do things you like, and you can watch my streams drinking a boba. Yeah. So, thank you everyone. I will see you tomorrow for CC Portal 2. And then I will update you if anything is to happen. Maybe memberships next week? I don't know. It's a surprise! Thank you for the subas! I appreciate it! Thank you forever! And I am redirecting you to Bay's stream, who is starting in 7 minutes, I think. Bye-bye, everyone! Take care of yourselves! Goodbye! I hope you enjoy the Justice collabs this week. Collab tomorrow and collab on Thursday. And then Japan Expo this weekend. Bye-bye! We can have another Yap session in the future, because we have many weeks ahead of us. Gigi will be here for a long time so we can chat. Owen! Okay, bye-bye! And ending! Wait, Goodbye, Gramps. This is my final message. Change the world.